As he went to relieve his first morning nerves, Foster noticed only one of the 2 cubicles had loo roll, and while he was seated, in came a tiger into the empty cubicle, and he realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, 1-up." As it happened, Europe did go on to win. Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina, when, after a gruelling Saturday, Rory McIlroy overslept on the Sunday and was in danger of missing his tee time. Thankfully for him, the person booking player transport was Erica Stoll. She sorted him a police escort to the course. 3 years later, McIlroy proposed in Paris. The next story is told by Scottish legend Sam Torrance about the great Seve, who apparently despised the Americans mainly because of a diminutive US reporter who kept calling him Steve.
Hey, my name is Severiano or Seve. There's no Steve, huh? There's no Steve. Next day, Steve.
Torrance also tells of how Seve regularly gave coaching clinics to his European teammates, but a week later at the Italian Open, when the same players asked for advice, Seve would tell them to and see you next year. Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round, and as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and tumble onto the course and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
Good morning, talkSPORT breakfast with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online. All with a few clicks, they make buying your next car easy. John, this morning somebody decided he was too good for breakfast, so tried his hand on drive all week. Couldn't work with him, but he's back. With his tail between his legs is Gabby. Morning, Gabby.
Good morning, Mr. Brazil. How are we?
Yeah, good. How was your travels?
Oh, I had the best 2 weeks, mate. I watched no sport, a tiny little bit. Nice to switch off. Went to Sardinia and Dubrovnik.
How was Sardinia? I know Dubrovnik was...
Sardinia was stunning.
Yeah.
Where we were staying was more the opposite side to where it's going off. It was more the quiet in the mountainside, but it was peaceful, good weather, good food, healthy, and Dubrovnik's one of my favourite places.
You put a few pounds on, haven't you? Timber!
You cheeky guy. Dubrovnik was outstanding, though.
You like that?
Yeah, what an island.
$5 a coke, though, wasn't it?
Very expensive, though, mate. That's the only problem. Yeah. You'd be alright, though, wouldn't you, Al?
Me?
You'd be alright.
Well, I don't do lines, no. But not only are you a traitor, Gab, but you can also get quite brave on drive yesterday. What's he said now?
What I would ban is the older generation wearing some of the man bags they wear. Mate. Alan's one is
Alan?
massive.
Alan's got a man bag.
He's got a man bag, mate, and all that's in there is a pack of custard creams.
and sort of, Burberry hats, and it's just all printed Burberry.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either, to be honest with you. They should all go.
Man bags.
Who's that you're on with there?
Adi Oladipo.
All right, okay. No, my daughter's bought me that, and to be honest, every day before I walk out the door, where's my bag?
But you wouldn't have wore that 10 years ago.
Probably not.
You wouldn't want to?
No, it's nice. I'm going away next week for a few days, and for your passport and your bit of foreign dough, yeah, perfect.
Put it in your pocket.
No.
Come on now.
No.
15 years ago, you're not wearing a man bag. You just put it
the way you're going, you're not going to get any in your pockets.
No, but you like it though.
You get used to it.
Yeah, get used to wearing it.
I remember having a rant about rucksacks and stuff, but so many people use them now.
Yeah.
No. I'm pretty cool with that because your keys, your phone, it's handy. If you're not wearing a jacket, it's perfect.
I like the way you're not bothered about what I say when anyone says. You're with the new generation and wearing man bags.
I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. As long as it accomplishes what I need to carry things, I'm happy. I don't care what I look like.
Fair enough, mate.
It's a bumpy week or so for Newcastle Super Swede. He'll need a big bag the way he's going. Whoa. He'll be piling loads in there. He told the club that he was looking for 300 grand a week. Ooh. He was then sent home from the pre-season game against Celtic because of rumours of his future. Now, is that confirmed, or was it a minor thigh injury? Because that was the reason we believe he pulled out the tour to Singapore, and yesterday told Newcastle, but this is the bombshell, he would like to explore a move away from the club. I walked out there at 10 o'clock yesterday, meet some nice guys, lovely friends, and we went for a bit of lunch, and there was a couple of Geordies walked past, want a picture. Yeah. And they said, what do you think? I says, I don't know. I think it's 50-50. And then I come in this morning and he's told the club he wants to leave now. I think which is a major blow for Eddie and Newcastle.
It's a major blow, but the writing was on the wall when he missed on the previous games. I think it was a Celtic game. And also when they said he's not travelling to Singapore. You know what it's like pre-season tours. If you're one of the star players, you're on that plane. Don't care if you're injured. There's so many sponsors out there.
Yeah.
Newcastle, you paid a fortune to go out to Singapore as a pre-season tour. Joe Linton missed a Celtic game injured. Lewis Hall's been out for 6 months, both on the plane.
Celtic battered them, didn't they? But don't get me wrong, it's a friendly, I know that.
Yeah, but there was a reason why Isak isn't on that plane. It's not an injury because his scan come out and he was all fine. It's because he probably asked not to go.
So what if he goes to Liverpool? Liverpool just bought a striker, haven't they?
Yeah, but is Ekatike, what he's done so far for Frankfurt, I mean, he's a very good player, but has he done enough to be Liverpool's number 1, number 9?
Cost enough, didn't he?
I know, but look at Liverpool, for instance, Al. I was thinking about it yesterday. Luis Diaz. They've been turning down so many bids from Bayern Munich. Harvey Elliott and Nunes. If you sell those three, you've got the money and spare.
Let's have a listen, because I was going to say how on earth they're going to afford it. Here's football financial expert Kieran Maguire.
Liverpool in an incredibly strong position, and the reason for that, Ollie, is twofold. First of all, in terms of the money coming in at Anfield, they now have an expanded stadium, and the new tickets and the new seats that are available are going to the hospitality, to going to the corporate fans, and the yield there tends to be very high. They've got the new shirt deal, which comes in on the 1st of August with Adidas. That's going to be a substantial increase. They are incredibly popular with sponsors, and sponsors will have paid bonuses for them winning the Premier League. So all of those are positives in terms of the money coming in. Trent's gone, he was on a very high wage. Kwanzaa's gone, that will be pure profit. So they're actually in a strong position. And then I've got the figures in front of me in terms of spending, and of the big six, or the old school big six, should we say, Liverpool were 6th in the position over the course of the last 3 to 4 years. So they've actually been keeping their powder dry relatively to the other clubs. They spent £1 billion less than Chelsea during that period.
Wow. There you go. So far this summer, Liverpool, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Liverpool and United have all been splashing the cash, while sides like Newcastle and Villa haven't been able to, right? So Isak apparently wants out of Newcastle. Toon fans, we want to hear from you now. Who are they going to get in now? Newcastle. Maybe.
Yeah, we said her after. Brentford rejected a £25 million bid, but I think that will get sorted. But it's just heartbreaking for Newcastle fans, Al. Heartbreaking for them. They wanted to go to the next level, and they see their star player asking to leave because Newcastle can't achieve what he wants to.
Yeah. How's your geography, Gab?
It's quite decent, mate.
Is it? Yeah. This is a friend in Joburg in South Africa.
Oh.
He says, since when has Dubrovnik been an island, Gabby? You learn something every day.
No, the islands on Dubrovnik, I meant.
No,
There's like little islands around.
It's called the
Dubrovnik.
Dalmatian coast.
Oh, okay.
So it's a coast,
stunning.
it's not an island.
Okay, it's a stunning coast. Alan.
An island. Fantasy island, I think it is, Tony. Oh, dear. There's loads coming in already. Crikey. Right, what about it? Is your team going backwards now? Newcastle fans, as I said, I met two Geordies outside yesterday and with their shirts on, they're gutted. Absolutely. I said,
Yes.
well, it's not done yet. And you come in today, he wants to go. So it's going to be, this is a scramble for Eddie. Although, in saying that, Eddie probably knows before the papers have printed it that he's leaving. I'm losing him. So they'll be on the trail of someone, surely.
But, Al, he's got 3 years left. If Newcastle want to, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen now, does it, with
I know, you don't
modern-day players?
An unhappy player you don't want to keep, but...
Let me take a quick call and see what Michael thinks. Michael's a Newcastle fan. Michael,
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, boys. Are you all right?
Well, we are, yeah. I must admit, how can I say it without upsetting Liverpool fans? I don't want to upset them because Liverpool were superb last year, and now, for me, I feel like rushing out and having a fiver on them to win the league again. But from a Newcastle point of view, I'm gutted.
I'll tell you what it is, right? I like Liverpool. Absolutely. I think, I mean, I'm in my 50s, all right?
Yeah.
And I've got a truck with Liverpool. They won the league and that, and they're a good club. And just go about their business. It's not like Man United where it's just it is what it is. But my point is, Alan, what I want to come on for is all this narrative about Isak. Is he going to Liverpool? Is he going to the Far East? Who's actually said he's for sale?
Well,
honestly, that's the only question.
Yeah.
I want to. Now I can spoil the whole day of people phoning in, but who's actually said he's for sale?
Yeah, Michael. The problem is modern day footballers have all the power now.
I know
it's tools down. I don't want to play here anymore. Leave me
An
out.
unhappy player.
Yeah, it's not good. He's go on, mate.
Here's the thing, mate. Although restrained, in Gabby, right, I'm going to jump in your corner here, mate, right? With a PSR, in 33 years, there's not one Premier League club went bump. Yous have done is they've just rotted up the league, like Newcastle, you've got deep pockets, and you just can't challenge. We're restricted by the Premier League. Now, I hope when this new guy comes in, a woman, they look at it and say it's not working because it's just not.
Michael, at the end of the day, you're owned by some of the richest people in the world, probably.
Can't spend it, though.
Can't they do something about it? Can't they just
The problem
say,
is,
how
Al,
much you want, we'll give you that and more?
The problem is, though, Al, if you look at Manchester United, where did they finish? Bottom half of the table.
Yeah.
Went and spent how much on Cunha and Mbuma. And you got teams that finished above them because they don't bring in the revenue Manchester United do. They can't go and spend big.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
No, it's the rules, isn't it?
Yeah.
I still don't understand it totally, but at least if Newcastle, when they get this money in, and it'll be a lot of money, they can juggle a bit with it.
Of course, 100%. But
who's out there? That's the thing.
He's just such a good player, isn't he? He's one of the best.
Superb. It's a shame what's happened.
Yeah.
Okay, 6:15 coming up. We turn our attention to the back pages and celebrate the brilliance of Ben Stokes.
job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you.
So Gabby's counting his fingers. He's got 2 up at the moment. The iconic Friends theme tune there, which we're playing because it's legendary actor Matt LeBlanc's 58th birthday. 58. Who was? Could you name the 6 Friends characters?
No, not at all.
No.
Jennifer Aniston, that's it.
Oh, hello. Well, you look right. So there's Ross.
Yeah.
David Schwimmer, isn't it? Rachel, Joey, Chandler, Phoebe, and Monica.
He's a big fan.
I wouldn't say a big fan, but it was funny.
Yeah, I used to watch it now and then, but back then, yeah. Jennifer
Now,
Aniston,
the reason why
legend.
you're counting, have you got 5 good friends at talkSPORT? Good friends.
Good friends. Alan, Ali, Simon, O'Hara, Condi.
Football friend.
Condi.
Right.
Dino. Dino number 6.
Oh, Dino's not talking to you. He's not talking to you. I would score Dino off. He is not talking to you. Right, let's look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business.
Oh, friend.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big 3 networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
Friday, so Max Scott is with us. Max, how the devil are you? You okay?
Morning, Max.
I'm not too bad, boys. How are you?
Yeah.
Very, very well.
Good stuff.
You've been presenting, you've been doing well, now you're back to this.
Yeah, happy days, mate. This is where I want to be
still
on Breakfast
presenting.
with the Boys.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm loving it, mate.
Still presenting.
Yeah, he has been presenting. Doing well.
Did a great job as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, boys. Appreciate it. Yeah, so we're getting straight into the back pages. I mean, there's only one place to start, isn't it? It's this Alexander Isak stuff. I mean, the sun goes with my time here is done. Daily Mail, Isak, bombshell, of course, great Craig Hope from the Mail, breaking that massive story. And then the Daily Mirror, ready when you are. I mean, look, you've been talking about it. I don't want to go over old ground, really, but I sort of want to, I think a lot of Newcastle fans will be frustrated that with the might that they've got behind them in terms of finances, why haven't they just gone and said, here's your 300k a week, you're the best player you want?
Max, maybe his agent had got into him and made his mind up. You've got to go to Liverpool. They're going to win it. Do you want to win trophies? Do you want Champions League guaranteed every year? You know, this is what happens. You know,
it's the way the world is now.
And you've got to think about it. You think, oh, God, yeah, he's got a point. And once it gets in your head, it's hard to get rid of, regardless of what Newcastle could come up
You
with.
see the problem as well? When you give someone that sort of money, that contract goes towards PSR as well.
Yeah.
Players' contracts, so sign-on fees. And also, you give Isak 300. What's Gumira's going to want? Is their contract.
Yeah.
So you can't raise the bar that high, and then it'll cause problems in your change room. What's Gordon going to want? So that's the problem we've got. You can't do it. Aston Villa can't pay that sort of money. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And agents talk to each other.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Just lastly on this, before we go and talk about some other stories from the back pages, obviously we've been talking about Liverpool, understandably. They're splashing cash. You can't blame them. They put themselves in a great position. Fair play, they're the champions. But another club that are circling is Al Hilal. Supposedly they're ready in a £130 million deal. Can you see a world where he actually goes to Saudi, leaves the Premier League?
No. But in saying that, if you'd asked me, could Al Hilal beat Man City in the World Club, I said, not a chance. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I have underestimated the quality of the Saudi League, but I think he'd be mad to go there just yet.
I don't think he'll go, especially Liverpool want him. Maybe he might have to wait a year.
Yeah.
And then he's down to 2 years and the fee comes down, but I don't see him going there.
Okay.
I want to see him in the Premier League still.
But Liverpool, you got to, if you've got a spare 10 on your pocket, you got the odds will be prohibited now. We'll find out from Coral later on, but in the chance he was going to go there, you got to say, well, they've got to go close again.
Yeah. But Max, I was getting a bit of stick from Newcastle fans last night because I just said it plain and simple. Newcastle can't achieve what Isak wants to achieve. He's 25. He's not 20. You know what I mean? He wants to go and win Premier League, Champions Leagues. He might want to win Ballon d'Or.
Well, they can't do it now with a great respect to the rest of the players because Newcastle have, they've improved so much. Eddie's done a brilliant job, but he'll be tossing and turning at night now saying, crikey, how do we replace him?
Yeah, look, absolutely. Look, Liverpool fans will be, overwhelmed with the signing of Isak if they do get him, but a fan base who've been slightly underwhelmed by a signing, of course, is Arsenal. We've spoken about it before, but back page of the Sun this morning is Noni Shocker. This is Declan Rice responding to that hashtag no to Noni. Got 5,000 signatures from Arsenal fans. Declan Rice has backed the youngster, saying, trust me when I say the boys are excited to play with him. I think he's going to shock a lot of people. My question is, do you reckon it's ever right to criticise the signing of a player before they pulled on a shirt?
No, I was really surprised with Arsenal fans doing that. I really was, Gab. You know, give the guy a chance, for God's sake.
I thought it was disgusting, and it sums up a lot of fan bases. And it's a small portion of Arsenal fans, but this is where we are in today's footballing world, because you're acting like this player isn't a good player. I watched him for Chelsea. Off that left-hand side, the right-hand side, exciting. He can score goals, he's quick, he's skillful. Yeah. And Saka was out for a long part of last season, and Sterling was playing and he wasn't doing it. And you've got someone there, ready placement. Saka.
Couldn't agree more. He's a good player. He's broken into England's squad. He might not be Vinicius Junior just yet, but he's only 23, isn't he?
Nah, I know. I think they've got that wrong. Listen, whether he's going to start every game, I don't know, but he's a good player.
But you know what I was thinking as well? Now that Gyökeres is signed, Gyökeres isn't going to accept a Martinelli or Trossard cutting back. So does Madueke play on the left-hand side? Does he start? Get past your player, get crosses in for Gyökeres? Because Saka always cuts back.
Yeah, they're going to have to change the way they play a little bit, aren't they? Because if you've got a big man up top,
they tend to get it wide and then come back inside again, don't they? Try and work their way in the box, 1-2s and stuff like that.
He's going to want quick crosses in.
Oh, yeah. But they're going to have to work in that pre-season, aren't they?
Do you reckon we're seeing the return of just a proper striker?
Yes.
Because we've got Gyökeres coming in, Isak's already there, Haaland's already there, you've got Delap and João Pedro.
Your boy Forrest, you know.
Chrissy Wood.
No messing about with him, he's an out-and-out striker.
Yeah, double hard Kiwi bagsman.
Yeah,
love him. And then we got that Igor Jesus. But we won't talk about Forest because they're not in the news today. Now, who is in the news? We've got to talk about this. Ben Stokes.
Yeah.
What a leader. So the Mail go with Big Ben strikes 5. Daily Express, phenomenal Ben joins the greats. And this is great stuff, this. Ben Stokes picked up 5 for 72 to join a select group of legendary all-rounders who've scored 10 test centuries and claimed 5 wicket hauls as his team ended on day 2, 225 for 2, just 133 adrift of India, of course, in that absolute knife-edge test. Need to get that one over the line to win the series.
It's 50-50, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but if they win it, they win the series and get it over the line.
And Pant, to be fair to Pant, coming back in and batting when he couldn't run, you know, he knows how important it is for India to win this one.
Yeah. Al, do you reckon he's one of the sort of the best you've seen?
What,
pull on the whites? Yeah.
I love his attitude. I do. I love his attitude. And I said a few weeks ago, I said, look at Ben. He looks real mean and lean.
Yeah.
He's really got himself in tip-top condition.
And you talk about, like, he's known for his He's known for his batting. He's known for dragging England out of impossible positions with the bat. But he's coming, and bowling is hard on your body. You can just see, like, he's become England's best bowler now because he's changed his. He looks slimmer than me, doesn't he? He's like a rake.
No, he is. He's really got himself. Well, these are the best 2 teams in the world. Let's be honest. I think. Yeah. India and England are the best 2. So it's been a great series, and I if I'm being, I hold my hands up. I thought India might level it because I thought there was nothing in the previous test, and I thought they might just level this when we get a decider. But the way England are going, they want to finish them, and I like the banter going on as well, and
a bit needle
in people's faces. I like all that.
That's what you need, don't you?
Yeah, I like
in every sport.
Yeah, it keeps the fans watching.
Brilliant, and Duckett again, brilliant.
Yeah, about time as well, because he did really well in the first test, but he was off it a little bit. Fabulous opening partnership with him and Zach Crawley. Just on Stokesy and the sort of leadership, you know. Do you think that football's lacking leaders like Stokesy? You know, someone that can really carry the torch, transcends the game a little bit, galvanises people.
It is a different game. You know, you think right away. I think of Brian Robson, Stevie Perriman at Spurs was always chipping away, and you know, Souness. But Liverpool had a few in the team, not just one. You know,
it's not as many now.
No,
nowadays,
no.
Yeah, you struggle to see that leadership, and I think it's a matter of time before he gets a knighthood. By the way,
well, look at Manchester United. Look at Spurs; they were desperate for a leader last season, I didn't have one.
Right, last one for me on the back page is this again, is the Sun. It's nappy days. Porter's got a job to do. Andrew Porter faces months of nappy duty after leaving his missus holding the baby ahead of his first test start for the Lions, of course, live on talkSPORT tomorrow. He said that his wife's doing all the work. He said, "I've learned babies get very big when you're away from home." He's 9 weeks now. I could say it's not easy for me, but my wife's the one in the trenches at home. Gabby, did you ever feel bad leaving?
Gabby was never there. He's never there now.
Go on, can you finish your question?
Did you ever, or do you ever feel bad for not being at home when your kids are in the early stages? Did you enjoy it?
No, not really, no. I think as well, I had kids quite young as well. 21, I had my first son, so still part of your being young and you still wanted to go out and stuff. So
selfish,
no regrets. But Alan was outstanding dad. He took his daughters to the Swiss Alps skiing, didn't you?
Everywhere, yeah.
But you were at the tiki bar.
I think with football, and I'll get probably a bit of a bad reaction here, but with football, you do a lot of travelling, don't you? Every second weekend you're away from home, and your missus doesn't have to accept it, but if you've got a good one, they will accept it. That you've got a job to do.
I think as well, because your job is you're getting out in the morning and training.
Yeah,
you need your sleep. So some players will sleep in a different bedroom. I'm sure Herder Berbatov might be slept in the opposite wing of his house. Do you know what I mean? So especially the night before games as well.
Yeah.
You're obviously not doing as much.
So you weren't doing the nappies then?
But Sunday was my day. Do you know what I mean? I was doing all the nappy changes and everything on a Sunday.
No, you weren't. You're a liar. You'd be around, but you wouldn't be changing.
What would I be doing?
Well, you'd be just watching. I'll put the kettle on, love.
You got a camera in my house, mate?
No, I know you, Gabby. Don't you worry about
Put the kettle on, love.
Max, thank you.
Cheers,
Coming up next what's next for Manchester United outcast Luke Shaw? I don't like using that word, outcast. We'll discuss that next. It looks as if Luke's on his way.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big three networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
Here are some of the best off-camera anecdotes from recent years at the Ryder Cup. As caddy Billy Foster went to relieve himself at the Belfry, he noticed only one of the two cubicles had toilet paper. Shortly after he'd sat down, Tiger Woods went into the empty cubicle and realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, one up." Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina. Roy McIlroy overslept and was in danger of missing his Sunday tea time. Thankfully, travel organiser Erica Stoll sorted him a police escort, and 3 years later, McIlroy proposed. Scottish legend Sam Torrance tells many a yarn about the great Ballesteros. Apparently, Seve would regularly give coaching clinics to his European teammates. When the same players asked for help a week later at the Italian Open, Seve would tell them to Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round. And as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Dan and Ben's back up. Gabby Agbonlahor alongside me. That's a bit strong, Ed. He's having a go at you. You missed that.
No. I don't listen to Ed, mate.
Coldplay are back at Wembley this summer, and we've got a huge VIP prize up for grabs for one lucky listener. We're giving you the chance to win 6 tickets, 6 in a private boxing. Not just that. August the 22nd, full hospitality. We're chucking in 10 grand spending money, completely tax-free, and here's how to enter. 18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland for a chance to win. Text the word WIN, W-I-N, to 83338 by the 4th of August, 11 p.m, and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission, or post your name and number to Coldplay competition, P.O. Box 3190, P.O. Box 3190, Colchester, CO2 8GP, to arrive by 5 p.m. on the 7th of August. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So, Gabby, when you were up to no good, where did you take your sort of other girlfriends to? What sort of concerts were you taking them
to? Future concert, Drake concert.
Who? Charlie Drake.
What about you, Al?
Me?
Any sneaky concerts you used to sneak off to on a Wednesday night in Glasgow?
Not at all. No. I left Glasgow when I was 15, didn't I?
Yeah, but you would have went back.
Right? Yeah, now and again, but not enough, to be honest.
So you didn't go back and see your girlfriends in Glasgow?
No.
Okay. Halfway?
No. Someone who could be out in the cold is Manchester United's left full-back Luke Shaw. On the back of the Sun this morning, looks like the end. After playing just 12 times last season, just 12. Luke faces the Axe at Man United, despite having 2 years left in his contract. And there's apparently strong interest, here we go again, from Saudi. Gab, should a Premier League player take a chance on him?
Premier League club, not
good,
for me.
By the way, good player.
When he's at it, but the problem, Al, and we were talking about it last night with Cannon Wilson, Calvert-Lewin, what sort of contracts are they going to get for the next clubs, some free transfers, the players that are injury prone. Luke Shaw's another one. If you got anything about you as a manager, chief executive, you're going to be like, we stay away from that.
Yeah. Did I see Ollie Watkins in the paper today as well?
No. What happened?
I think so. They're talking about maybe Ollie leaving.
Really?
I'm sure I read that.
Yeah, no, I don't think you did, mate.
Right, I did. I don't make things up. I'll find it for you, don't worry. Some sad news from the world of wrestling, if you're into this. Yesterday, the iconic Hulk Hogan, he passed away at the age of just 71.
like to thank Mr. Bob Backlund and the WWF for bringing the Hulkster back. But like they said, this is a different Hulk Hogan, and Hulkamania's already running wild. You know, the Pythons are ready, the largest arms in the world.
Hogan trying to set up the boss man for, could it be a suplex? Yes, I can't believe it. I've never seen a suplex off the top of the cage before.
Yeah, Hogan is perhaps the most iconic star in WWE's 50-year history, with his distinctive blonde moustache, colourful headbands helping him become a pop culture phenomenon. He was the biggest professional wrestler of the 80s and 90s, went on to achieve crossover fame, and his charisma and theatrics in the ring are credited with helping to transform professional wrestling into a family entertainment sport. It is massive now. Listen, I'm not a fan of it, but it is absolutely massive.
Not watching when you were younger?
No, I preferred normal wrestling.
Yeah,
you know,
I used to love it. Andre the Giant as a kid, Hulk Hogan, iconic.
I go back and Mick McManus and people like that. You know, when it was proper wrestling. But you know, this for me is show. People love it. Who's it? I tell you, Kieran Dyer. Kieran loves it.
That's it.
And I thought he was winding me up, but no.
Look upstairs.
There's a few footballers like
Joe, Will Gavin. They're big fans of wrestling, aren't they?
Here's a former WWE commentator Todd Grisham on just why Hulk was so iconic.
You know, he was kind of at least in my life, kind of like the first superhero come to life. You know, you could watch the Batman movies, the Batman cartoons, the Superman comic books, but this was a guy you could go watch and you could see, and he was always defying the odds. The irresistible force meets the immovable object. I mean, the guy that body slammed Andre the Giant, he could do things that no mortal man could do. And, you know, we always had that positive message, you know, say your prayers and take your vitamins. How could anybody be against those two things? So he was just such a big part of our childhood.
There you go. So let's get more on the sad passing. It's no age, really, in the current
not at all.
days. Hulk Hogan with former wrestling journalist Pat Lennon. Pat, a very good morning.
Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, guys. How are you? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now, Pat, it's fair to say Hulk really got this. I was going to say American wrestling. He got this going, didn't he? He was the man they all looked up to.
Well, I think you guys have just said it a couple of times. The word iconic, gentlemen, is that he was without question the first wrestling star to really transcend the industry. He switched people on in a way that had never happened before with a single entity, and he enabled that business, as you rightly said, to expand and grow into mainstream culture in the US and beyond. I mean, the thing is, whether people like wrestling or whether they don't, I love it. Everyone knows Hulk Hogan's name.
Yeah.
Pat, I remember as a kid, Pat, watching wrestling with my two brothers and my older sister. I just remember that moment. I watched it last night again when Hulk Hogan body slams Andre the Giant. I remember as a kid thinking, how? The size of Andre the Giant. He was legendary, wasn't he?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, what he did in the ring was simplicity itself. You know, there were other guys around who arguably were technically better wrestlers, if you will, than Hulk Hogan. But the industry and the performance aspects of it is so much more than that.
Yeah.
And I think Hulk Hogan proved that in spades. I think that moment is one. There are many others, aren't there, Gabby, that everybody remembers from their childhoods, and everybody has this Hulk Hogan moment that really kind of, I suppose, made them fall in love with wrestling. I think you're right.
Pat, is it getting bigger and bigger now as a spectacle? Because I think it is. I'm astonished how big it is, wrestling.
Well, I think in recent times, the merger, obviously, as well with UFC, has just been kind of a natural progression for many years. WWE and UFC, during my tenure at the Star, wouldn't like to be referenced in the same article. They were very keen that the two things were different, i.e. UFC was, for want of a better term, the real sport, and wrestling was entertainment. But that kind of evolved over the years into what we see now, which is, it's a global industry. It's available on streaming services, on devices, on television. It's certainly bigger, in my opinion, anyway, than it ever was before.
Yeah.
How is it going to be, Pat? How is it going to be celebrated by the wrestling companies in America? It's got to be a big one, hasn't it, for Hulk Hogan?
Well, I think so. I mean, like I say, he's unique. He was the trailblazer. He was the first really transcend the industry itself and go beyond into the mainstream. And he opened the door for others to follow suit. I think they're going to have to celebrate his life. Yes, there were a couple of controversial moments in his life, but I think you'll find that's the case with most professional wrestlers and most celebrities, to be perfectly honest. He will be celebrated as a one-of-a-kind character in the industry, probably never to be repeated, in my opinion.
Interesting. Pat, thank you very much for that. Former wrestling journalist Pat Lennon there, looking back on the life of Hulk Hogan. Now, for more tributes to Hulk, head over to talksport.com. This is TalkSport's Breakfast with Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor. Still to come. Here we go.
Superstar Breakfast preview on TalkSport with Travis Perkins. Find everything you need for your landscaping project in stock and available for delivery. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, there's not many Toon fans would want to see Isak leave for the likes of Liverpool, but we're going to be joined by the only man in Newcastle who wants Isak to leave. He can't wait to get him out the door. Isak is just a single goal behind former Toon striker Mickey Quinn, the mighty Quinn, and all the time leading goal-scoring list for Newcastle United. Quinny, so many goals.
William's in Tyneside. Hi, William, you're on TalkSport.
Hello.
Hello, William. Happy New Year to you.
Hiya.
What's your point, mate?
There's 2 points I'd like to make about Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
He played for Newcastle United, quite a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise how good he was.
Oh, you're missing him. You're missing him clearly, based on what you got now.
God, he scored so many goals.
Let you all.
Newcastle fans, let's hear from you too. If Isak does go, have you had the worst possible summer? Look, it appears now he said, I've had enough, I want to go to Anfield. Are the FFP rules all put in place to stop clubs like Newcastle competing with the big boys? 03717 223344 is the number. Give us a call. All that and more. Much, much more to come on this Friday morning. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins.
Scored so many goals.
Superstar Breakfast preview on TalkSport with Travis Perkins. Join the club and get low trade prices. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
13 minutes before 7 o'clock, talkSPORT Breakfast with Gabby. Some of the headlines you're waking up to this morning. To see Johnny Clayton set up a World Match Play semi against former champion James Wade with a 16-7 win over Stephen Bunting. We spoke to Stephen, didn't we? He said this would be a tough game against Johnny, and Johnny's what a chance for, with a great respect to James Wade, what a chance for Johnny to make a final, because I was surprised. James was really good. Can he do it again? I'll make Clayton the favourite there.
Yeah.
We'll find out the other semi-final on talkSPORT 2 tonight. Gilding versus Littler and Rock versus Price.
Lovely.
Now in the tennis, Emma Raducanu is through to the quarterfinals of the women's singles. She's found the form again at the Washington Open after beating four-time Grand Slam winner Naomi Osaka in straight sets. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And Ben Stokes' first 5-wicket haul in 8 years in a rapid opening partnership of 166 gave England the better the second day of the fourth test against India at Old Trafford. They finished on 225 for 2, just 133 runs behind. Here's Harmy and Johnny Norman piling on the praise for Ben Stokes.
He's been head and shoulders the best bowler for England throughout this series, and that's good signs going forward. He's bowled more overs in this series so far than he has in any other series. He's
taken more wickets.
Yeah, he's got 15, or he's got more wickets.
He took 4 for 66, and it took 5 wickets at Leeds, just the 1 wicket at Birmingham, 5 wickets at Lords, and 5 wickets already.
Yeah.
So essentially 5 wickets in the first test, 5 wickets in the third test, 5 wickets in the fourth test, with the promise of more to come.
Steve Harmison there with Johnny Norman. I was hoping to talk to Harmy today, by the way, being a big Newcastle fan. Oh, he is on later.
Yeah, in the last hour.
It'd be interesting to get Harmy's take on all this, because all right, he's been doing the cricket, but he's got his ear close to the ground.
What did you think, Al, when Newcastle got that takeover? Because I thought in my head, they're going to go for Mbappe, they're going to go for these players, they're going to buy whoever they want, and these rules have just shattered the dreams of Newcastle fans.
Do you reckon the Saudis understood the rules properly?
I don't think so, Al. And are they looking at it now and saying, this isn't what we thought? We thought we were going to come to Newcastle, we're going to be able to buy whatever player we want and take Newcastle to winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues.
Yeah, well,
now they can't.
Right, I'll say it again. I said this a while ago. Can't they get some of their other companies or the French companies,
sponsorships and stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they've got to find a way.
Lob a few $100 million in,
of course,
on sponsorships over the next 10 years.
Look how clever Chelsea have been.
Yeah,
you've got to find the little loopholes you can to try and make the money work.
I've no doubt they will do it. They'll find a way around it eventually. But this is a blow to Newcastle. I don't care.
Massive blow.
There's 1 or 2 fans have come on the network saying, well, he wasn't that good last year. Oh, come on. This guy's a top player.
Outstanding player.
You don't want to be losing him, do you?
Not at all. So, Sesko's the one that they're saying they're looking at, but does Sesko want to come to Newcastle? He hasn't said he does.
It's an interesting when you say, does he want to come to Newcastle? Who was it? It was on... Jamie. I think it was Jamie Hanna was talking about people would always rather go to London than Newcastle. I'm like, whoa.
Did he say the weather?
No.
That's what he said.
Really?
I think because of the weather, or whatever he says. Like London's like 30 degrees all year.
I think there was a time when London, the glitz of London, and maybe
not anymore, though.
The players' girlfriends or wife wanted to stay in London.
Anymore.
Sandport. I think, Newcastle's a good place to live.
Is it, yeah?
Oh, yeah. The tune's buzzing. Mm-hmm. There's great parts all around. The countryside's beautiful. Durham's beautiful.
Yeah.
York's not far away. It's... I understand where Jamie was coming from, but I think it has changed a bit now.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Don't get me wrong, a lot of these foreign players and their wives and girlfriends think of Mayfair and Harrods and Knightsbridge.
I think as well, like, when my
Let
era...
me tell you now, Newcastle's a safer place than London, by the way.
Yeah, and my era, it would have been definitely, Newcastle, Sunderland, I'm going to need more money to go there because I want to be closer to London, because London was unbelievable night out back then now for players that used to be wanting to go around the nightclub scene as well.
Yeah.
But now I think it's changed. Players don't go out anymore.
No. Right, let's head down to, where all roads are leading to Melbourne as the Lions will go 2 up. I don't care what Campo says. Campo, good day.
Morning.
How you going, Alan? You well?
I'm well, and I feel a little bet coming on here, Campo. You get your best Penfolds wine out, and I'll get my best French out, and we'll have a little wager.
Okay. I think you're wrong. I think you'll lose this weekend.
Tell us why then, because I'm interested. Tell us why.
Okay. So I did mention last week to the supporters in Brisbane. I said, if you don't beat us by 30, you should all go home. You had 4 warm-up games. The Wallabies had 1 warm-up game. It was a bit of a mess. Didn't pick a total different team. And basically, you just won. I mean, it doesn't matter about what happened in the game. You won the game, fair enough. But for me, there were signs against the Brumbies at the ruck area that the Brumbies countered ruck very well. And on Tuesday night's game, you guys started off really well. Very structured, 14 points, great. Then the other team started to throw the ball around a bit, and then the Lions tried to throw the ball around a bit, and it sort of fell apart. So if you played unstructured rugby against a structured team, you're actually going to upset them, and we saw that on Tuesday night. So I think that Australians, you never underestimate the Wallabies. But I think it's going to be a very, very close game, but I think we might just get up by 1 or 2 points.
Hold on, Campo. I've just started. Look, you're the expert, so I'm listening, but I've just saw on my screen here. Oh, hello. Owen Farrell. You tell that mug, I hope his phone dies again. Get him off. What have you got against Owen Farrell?
I didn't say anything about it. What he said now? Is that what he said or you said?
No. I'm just reading it. What he said. Why you've got a thing against Owen Farrell?
I haven't got a thing against Owen.
Well,
Farrell.
you did yesterday.
Why? What did I say yesterday?
Well, you said it's ridiculous. His dad keeps picking him. Why?
Well, but you tell me why he doesn't play. I said a month before the Lions were picked, I said to James Weil, a journo Planet Rugby, I said, Farrell is going to pick his son. He says, not even involved. I said, okay, we'll see. And when he got picked, I said, I told you so. But he's going to do what his dad tells him to do. That's what he does. He's that kind of player. I'm sorry, but that's, I don't think of any other sport in rugby where the coach picks his son to play.
Yeah.
I've got a quick question for you.
That's a league. That's a league thing. It's not a rugby union thing. I'm sorry.
Campo, I've got a quick question for you, mate. Is there one Australian player that you can pick that will get into the British Lions team?
One player. I think the only one that go really close is Tate McDermott, number 9.
Okay.
And why that I've watched him over the last couple of years. He's a very good number 9. He's not your normal number 9 box kick, what most of the European number 9s are. He's very instinctive. He reads the game very well, and you've got to watch him. I mean, the number 9 on Tuesday didn't really run a lot. He passed and kicked, that's what you want. But Tate's a total different number 9, and I think that he would do very, very well if he had an opportunity to get into the Lions team. I think that would be it.
David, what sort of media is going to be in the Australian media? Hopefully they'll be talking this game up, hey?
Well, I'm just at a club rugby game here now, and they've got the Gullivers veterans team. They've got 3 games. I don't know if you can see behind me in the thing there. There's all the Lion supporters, and unfortunately, a couple of my age know who I am, so I had a few photos with them. And mate, there's red everywhere. And this is the problem in Melbourne. People don't understand. It's just Aussie rules. That's all it is. No other sport. Yeah. And someone on the radio said this morning, why is all these people wearing red?
No way.
Obviously the Lions. Just how stupid it is, mate. It's very sad out here in Australia. But that's what people got to understand in Australia. Rugby's not a big sport.
No. And yet there'll be 100,000 people there, Campo.
Well, I don't think it's going to be 100. It's going to be very full. You're playing at a Melbourne cricket ground, and if you're right up the back, mate, you'll see little ants run around. That's how far it is from the stadium. But again, because Rugby Australia is so desperate in debts, they have to get as many people to the game as they can. And I think Tuesday night, hopefully a lot of people would have realised this test is going to be a lot closer than what people think it is.
Yeah. All right, Campo, so we'll have a little bottle of wine on it just for a bit of fun, eh?
Okay, we'll do, mate. So I might be over in November again. I'm just speaking to some people about trying to get some work. So if I do, mate, we'll sure we catch up, and whoever Maybe whoever loses got to walk down Oxford Street with a sandwich board. What do you reckon?
Well, I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. I'll definitely buy you a bottle of wine.
I had to do that in 2003. You can do it.
Come on now. I'll buy you a bottle. I'll buy you a nice bottle of Penfolds and a phone charger.
Okay.
What about
that? Yeah. Oh mate, I'm sorry about it. It was so bad. Yeah, my phone wouldn't charge.
Don't worry. Listen, enjoy the game. Let's hope we get a cracker. To be honest,
Yes,
I hope it's tight.
I think I'm with the boys before the game and after the game. So yeah, I'll report back then.
Brilliant. All right, David, thank you. Enjoy today. Enjoy tonight over there. Brilliant. David Campese there. talkSPORT is, of course, your home of Lions rugby, and you can hear the Lions versus the Wallabies. The second test, Campbell says the Wallabies will win it from 10 a.m.
No chance.
on Saturday. What do you get when some of the most individual sports stars club together? Well, a melting pot of history, tension, rivalry, friendship and elite stories. Here are some of the best off-camera anecdotes from the Ryder Cup. Number 1, Tigers loo roll. The protagonist, Lee Westwood's former caddy, Billy Foster, sat in a toilet cubicle at the Belfry. As he went to relieve his first morning nerves, Foster noticed only one of the 2 cubicles had loo roll, and while he was seated, in came a tiger into the empty cubicle, and he realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, 1 up." As it happened, Europe did go on to win. Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina, when, after a gruelling Saturday, Rory McIlroy overslept on the Sunday and was in danger of missing his tee time. Thankfully for him, the person booking player transport was Erica Stoll. She sorted him a police escort to the course. 3 years later, McIlroy proposed in Paris. The next story is told by Scottish legend Sam Torrance about the great Seve, who apparently despised the Americans mainly because of a diminutive US reporter who kept calling him Steve.
Hey, my name is Severiano or Seve. It's no Steve, it's no Steve. Next day, Steve.
Torrance also tells of how Seve regularly gave coaching clinics to his European teammates, but a week later at the Italian Open, when the same players asked for advice, Seve would tell them to and see you next year. Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round, and as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and tumble onto the course and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
Okay, coming up to 4 minutes past 7 o'clock, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt in to Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Villa Ledge Gabby Agbonlahor with me. On the way for you this morning, Alexander Isak has told Newcastle he wants to explore his options away from the club. Has Isak's desire, has he left you blindsided? What does Eddie do now? 03717 223344. Liverpool and Arsenal fans, have your say as well. Surely you both go all out to get him now, or is the Liverpool deal a done deal? We'll speak to Mickey Quinn on that subject this hour, plus the latest from the world match play darts. Plenty of second lines, test build up, and should cricket have substitutes following Pants injury defiance yesterday? Showed some guts, didn't he, coming out there and hitting a few boundaries. Now though, the Lionesses are just one win from retaining the European crown. Here's how the rollercoaster tournament has unfolded across our talkSPORT network.
So here we go again. Another shot at history for the Lionesses.
So much has changed, so I'm intrigued to come back and enjoy that tournament football.
Proper England is a bit who we are and what we want to show.
The game is over, and England's title defence begins with a damaging defeat in Zurich.
We knew there was going to be pressure. It's a tough group. The Dutch look very strong, very comfortable. It's going to be a tough game.
Two left-footed shots. It's four! What a performance from England!
Proper English display. That's what we wanted to put on.
England are teaching Wales a footballing lesson.
Quarterfinals, back to Zurich.
Mead is there, and Gemma! 2-2!
It was probably like 2 yards away from the goal, but a goal's a goal.
Now we go to penalties. Holmberg, it's over! England are in the semi-final!
Football, honestly, never change. Never change.
It's 2 games from glory at Euro 2025.
You can see it in the games that we've played so far and how important the substitutes have been.
Ashimag is there! Can she put it in? She does! England's teenage sensation! This is extraordinary!
Yeah, I think we have that never give up attitude, you know.
To put England in the final. Kelly! Save! Kelly there again! It's in!
And it's not just about the start 11. It really is about that squad. It's a special squad.
And England are one step away from making history again!
How dramatic it can be.
Yeah, the final from Basel, the 2022 European Championships versus the reigning World Cup and Nation League winners this Sunday at 5 p.m. in the European Championship final, and it's live, of course, on talkSPORT. Do you know who's having a ball out there? He's loving it. Is Adrian?
He is, isn't he?
He's loving it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Enjoy Switzerland.
Win on Sunday, and Serena Vieman will equal the record for most women's Euro titles, having won one each already with England and the Dutch, while Spain would become the first team to hold all 3 major crowns. It looks as if Spain are the best side in the world at the moment, Gab, but England's record against was pretty good. England's Keira Walsh has been a Barcelona player as recently as January before moving to Chelsea, and says it's time to make history.
Honestly, from like a personal perspective, I can only speak for myself, is that I think I just go out to win, whether it's the first time, the second time, the third time. I think for me it's another final and I want to win it. It's almost like we're doing it all over again. As you said, it's like a different country, a different tournament, and a lot of different players. So for us, it feels like a fresh start. And I think when you play for England, you always want to win every game.
Join us now live from Switzerland, talkSPORT's Lioness correspondent Courtney Sweetman-Kirk. Courtney, a very, very good morning.
Good morning, Courtney.
Yeah, good morning to you both. How are you?
Good. It's been a roller coaster ride, Courtney, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has. They've put us all watching through the ringer, but obviously the most important thing with major tournaments is you get yourself to that final and hopefully try and win it. So that was obviously the main objective before the tournament, and they've done it. It doesn't matter how you get there, but I feel like I've aged about 20 years since I've been here.
So, Courtney, it's a final and it can be very nervy, of course. England have just got to be, they can't afford a sluggish start, can they? They've got to be right up for it from the first whistle and make Spain work for this. There's no doubt Spain are very, very good, especially, I've said before, in possession, but England have got to make it tough early doors for them.
Yeah, they Gav, they've got to make it really difficult, because I think if they put themselves in a position like they did against France or against Sweden, you know, the difference is with Spain is they've been there, they've done it, and as you mentioned, that possession-based football, I wouldn't think that they would give England the opportunity to get back in the game that you know, Sweden did, for example. So it's going to be a really tough game. You mentioned in terms of, you know, Spain, the holders of the World Cup and the Nations League as well, and I'm really looking forward to it. This is the final I predicted at the start of the tournament. The two best teams in Europe in the last few years, in my opinion. So yeah, it's going to be a great day.
We know Spain have got some outstanding attacking players, but obviously the one that stands out is Bon Mati, Ballon d'Or winner for Barcelona. Is an argument to maybe mark her? Someone stick on her all game? Would you say that, or is there too many options for Spain in that front line?
Yeah, I think that's the problem, Gabby, because in the front line and that midfield especially, so if you know, go in a position where you're going to man mark Bon Mati, for example, then you've still got, you know, Patrick Ihara, you've still got Alexia Putellas, who's obviously won a Ballon d'Or. You've got incredible players all over the pitch. So yeah, the problem is with that, I would say in that scenario, is someone else is going to take up the mantle. And I think especially, as you mentioned, that, you know, a lot of those players play for Barcelona. I think they're used to that. They're used to finding solutions, and obviously the same in a Spain shirt. So, you know, a lot of nations have tried that, and the problem is they've just got so much quality throughout the pitch that someone else will take up that mantle. So it's got to be a full team effort for me.
Courtney, what's the news coming out of the England camp and the Spanish camp, injury-wise? Is it looking pretty good for England?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Obviously, Lauren James is the one that I think we're all worried about. She came off at half-time in the semi-final with a bit of an ankle knock, but I think the fact that they probably took her off when they did, hopefully that means that we've got the rest and recovery, and especially because we had the extra day over Spain. Obviously, the physios and the doctors worked well with Leah Williamson to get her back up to fitness, so hopefully they can do the same with Lauren. And Spain, as I know, as it stands at the moment, have got a clean bill of health.
And crowd-wise, are we going to have more English there, or will the Spanish turn up in numbers, or will the locals be the biggest percentage? What sort of crowd we're going to get?
Yeah, I think it's been quite interesting, actually. England have sold out their allocation wherever they've gone, but a lot of the games, they felt like home games, to be honest. And it's interesting because we've been around and we've seen, I think it was at the semi-final, we saw two people in full England kits, and then actually we got closer to them to try and talk to them. It was Angelina, wanted to do some stuff for socials, and it turned out they were German. So even a lot of sort of fans that aren't English are adopting England, let's say, as their second team. So I think for me it's going to be an overwhelmingly English crowd.
Yeah. Courtney, listen, it's been great so far.
Thank you,
let's
Courtney.
hope, fingers crossed, enjoy and have a great next 48 hours. It should be great fun. Well done.
Thank you both. Speak soon.
Thank you. There you go, Lioness correspondent Courtney Sweetman-Kirk. Adrian, I think we're going to talk to Adrian. He's loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's been a great tournament.
talkSPORT will be in full Lioness mode this Sunday ahead of live coverage from St Jacob Park in Basel. Can England retain the crown, or will Spain hold the World Cup, Nations League and Women's Euros all at once? We'll find out this weekend on talkSPORT. Basel's an interesting place. It's right on the German-French border. Switzerland, obviously, but it's right on the French-German border.
Stunning Switzerland. Remember I went to Bern to watch Villa play against Young Boys. Some of the sites out.
Well, that's
Stunning.
on the way down to the Bernese Alps down there.
You get proper trains there as well. Proper trains, proper transport.
Where was it? Was it Germany last time? The trains were up the spout a little bit, but everything runs pretty good in Switzerland.
No issues at all now. Loved it.
They go to bed really early. They get up early, get their work done. And, you know, they're all in bed again early as well. You know, they don't get me wrong, there is some... When I was there, Zurich and Geneva, there's some great places.
They get paid a lot more there as well, don't they?
Very expensive.
The wages, though, they get paid a lot more.
Very expensive, but talk about clean. And the Alps, you know, you're never far away from, just say, get out the city and up for a bit of fresh air. Beautiful.
Stunning.
talkSPORT, right, well, so we look forward to that. St Jacob Park in Basel, you can't miss it. Coming up, we've got plenty to get through here this morning. What does Gabby think are the 3 greatest British foods? The Swiss, I love a fondue, by the way. Oh, and hot stone, where you cook the hot stone with a little bit of beef and mustard. But the fondue is the one in the wintertime, or glue wine. Fantastic. We'll find out Gabby's 3 greatest British foods.
I'll go, I think.
We'll find out next, yeah? Yeah, no. Okay, 17 minutes past 7 o'clock Friday morning, talkSPORT breakfast. Gabby's alongside me. Very quiet today, Gabby. Was
really
just recovering from holiday mode, or
no, I feel great, mate. Energised, refreshed.
Do you?
Yeah, and while I was away, it's lovely to see Alan at work.
And what?
Really good. You've been so good.
And what's happened to the weekend? You're going to have a quiet weekend?
Quiet weekend, relax. Watch the final of the Women's Euros.
Make up with the kids for being away for so long?
Yeah, you know, finally see the kids. They've missed me.
Yeah. You're not taking them somewhere nice?
Nah, I don't
mean no?
They can have a English summer holiday. You know, maybe they can go to Great Yarmouth. Yeah, maybe a caravan trip. Yeah, they'll be fine, mate.
It is. You just come back from the Dalmatian coast, right? Beautiful. Where else were you? In Italy?
Sardinia.
One of the most expensive, exclusive, places in Europe.
Can't be selfish, mate.
And you're taking the kids down to, you know...
Why not?
Camping.
Yeah, why not, mate? The weather's brightening up as well. Why not, mate?
Last night in the sports bar, the boys were joined by the star of Man vs. Food, Alan Richmond. Over in his homeland in the United States, it's commonly known that they find things we over here, like beans and toast, very strange. Oh, hold on a minute. What about some of the breakfasts they have?
Oh, yeah, they can't talk.
Pancakes and syrup and stuff like that.
Roast potatoes.
Yeah, so they asked him to rate his top 5 British foods. Have a listen.
Full English, Sunday roast, fish and chips. Then I might say...
Tony's pie and mash.
Tony's pie mash at West Ham?
You know, I will say, well, like I'm saying, but we're going like classic British, though, right?
Just
like,
whatever you think.
Well, look, any good place, because there's so much great Indian food in this country.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's all right.
If you go to like Birmingham,
Go
to
Brick
go
Lane,
to a Desi,
Brick Lane.
or go to a Desi pub in Birmingham and get a Balti or something like that. I think any good British curry usually will hook you up, or and to shout out to my friends in Merseyside, salt and pepper chicken la. Salt and pepper chicken is a place called, I think, 36 Chamber.
All right. What's yours, Al?
Well, I had a lunch yesterday. I was out with 4 lovely people, and we had...
Where'd you go, mate?
The Shard, Hutong. Food is brilliant.
You love a fancy restaurant, don't you?
Well, it's handy for here.
Do you ever go anywhere normal, Al, for like the fish and chips? Or...
I've told you I love a steak from Goodman, and fish and chips is lovely down Felixstowe, the Fludgers.
So you do eat normal food, not just the fancy stuff.
But yesterday was really, the duck they do is magic, absolute magic. And then the side dishes you have as well.
It is good up there. Ali loves it.
Does he?
I've been with Ali and I've not seen someone eat so much.
No, it is lovely. It's really
I think
nice.
British food, though, especially English food, you've got to say top 2 for me, Sunday roast, number 1. And a nice fish and chips.
Yeah, a Sunday roast, not summertime.
No, winter.
No, Jill, my wife, she'll have it in the summer as well, but for me it's a winter.
What do you have in the summer then on a Sunday?
I like just Caesar salad and a bit of roast chicken.
You're a healthy man, Al. You're a healthy man.
I don't eat bad food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like...
You got a healthy diet?
I wouldn't say that, because I like going out the pub and stuff like
but
that.
apart from
food-wise, although I do like a biscuit now and again at night.
You deserve it, mate. If you're having a Caesar salad, you deserve a biscuit, mate.
But going back to Switzerland, fondue. I love cheese fondue. Now, that's not great for you, but in the winter, when you're out in the fresh air at altitude, it's the best.
Yes. I think Italian food's probably my favourite.
Well, of course, I love pasta.
Yeah.
No, there's no
doubt. The pastas you can get.
And I like a bit of Indian now and again.
Yeah, but not often for me.
Chris Evans, they're a great chef down there, had some beautiful Indian food.
Fancy that, dude.
It was brilliant, but they'd all different foods from top chefs. So whatever you had was top class.
Yeah.
He does it so well, Chris.
It's nice to have sometimes a mixture as well. Yeah. A bit of Indian, bit of Chinese.
So anyway, we're right to the top, British. Gab, your best 3 British foods? So it'd be Sunday roast.
Sunday roast.
But you cook that? How can it be Sunday?
I don't cook it.
No,
I can't cook Sunday roast.
Well, who cooks that?
No way. Mrs. cooks. I can't cook that. There's too much going on, mate. Like, you got to put that there in the oven. You got to get the potatoes. You got to get.
By the way, that clip we watched there, and a lot of people are listening, not watching. Yeah. The old chunk didn't say much, did he?
No, but it'd be interesting what he has. Probably got a private chef, isn't he, Jamie? Big time. Yeah, he's big time, mate. Big time in it.
I was with a cab the other day, took me back in anyone who grew up with Jamie's dad.
Oh, you're joking.
And he was telling me all about the family. So I look forward to seeing the chunk.
Any you can share with us? Or?
Not really, no. That's because it's private, isn't it?
It's okay, it's okay.
When they lived down Jamaica Roadway, but Bermondsey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah. Chunk.
Right now, darts may be turning into a young man's game, but the Winter Gardens Blackpool last night was 2 old boys who made it in the semi-finals. Johnny Clayton, the ferret, battered Stephen Bunting, who we spoke to, big Liverpool fan, Stephen, 16-7. He did say it was a close game, but in the end, Johnny was just too good. In his 20th World Match play in a row, James Wade beat Gian Van Veen 13-11. It was a cracker on talkSPORT too, so I'm delighted for James Wade. It wasn't all plain sailing though for James. He found himself 4-1 down after winning 8 legs in a row. Here he is reacting to a slow start with talkSPORT's Ian Danter.
When you get that far into a tournament, you get that far into a game, you just think, why have you put yourself in a position where this guy could actually beat you and he shouldn't be anywhere near you? But, it is what it is, Happy to win, happy to be here. Crowd were amazing up the Brits.
Yeah, you got a proper roar, didn't you?
Yeah. I think the whole world's had like a repercussion of being proud and doing what we do. And, let's fly that flag high.
Well, there you go. You heard James Wade talk to talkSPORT's Ian Danter. And here to wrap up all the action, look ahead to what should be a cracker tonight, is Dance himself. Dance, a very good morning.
Good morning, Dance.
Morning, Al. Morning, Gabby.
Morning, mate.
What about that then? You know, we spoke to Stephen Bunting, and he thought, you know, this would be a cracker. They're good friends, but in the end, the ferret Clayton was just too good. And James Wade, now who'd have thought James, with the greatest respect to him, would have made a semi-final?
Well, he's had a bit of a second win to his career of late, Al. And what I need to tell you straight away, you mentioned it's his 20th appearance at the World Match Play. Dead right. 10 times, Alan, he's reached the semi-finals of those 20. That's an incredibly consistent record. It's strange with James because when it comes to the World Championships, when you are in set play rather than leg play, he's always struggled to make the final. But with the match play, it's a format that suits his game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he was 4-1 down after the first mini-session to Jan van Deen, but then he reeled off all those legs in a row, including a couple of 11 darters. And it was just, he's nicknamed the Machine, and it just perfectly summed up what he did over the course of that 15, 20 minutes worth of darts.
And you said the crowd were reacting brilliantly to him.
Yeah, when he walked out, obviously, the players come on, they have their walk-on music, and they get good reactions. Sometimes there's a bit of pantomime booing and stuff and whatnot, just occasionally. But with James, you just sense that the crowd were really, really behind him. Not against Hian necessarily, but just celebrating this sort of career arc where James is suddenly finding himself deep in this tournament once again and playing really, really well. He totally deserves to be in the semi-finals, Sal.
And I would imagine in the other one, the crowd were in Bunting's favour, weren't they? Blackpool, Liverpool, not far away.
Yeah, we were talking about this last night, me and the Darts on the Radio team, and Paul Nicholson made the point that when it comes to players from the northwest of England, for some reason at this tournament in Blackpool here, they can't seem to get it over the line. You think of Dave Chisnell, who lives down the road in Morecambe, just can't get to the final. Michael Smith from St Helens, he got to the final but lost. Then you've got Bunting, who gets to quarterfinals but just can't seem to bridge that gap. And Johnny Clayton, his 140 scoring last night was the reason really why he kept his nose in front. A lot of the metrics, other than that, were relatively similar, but his 140 scoring and his doubling was the reason that Johnny got the job done. He was really, really good last night, the Ferret.
Dan, so we've got a great lineup tonight. Looking forward to it later on to watch it. What are your predictions, mate? Any upsets on the cards?
Well, I think the second game, Gabby's harder to call than the first because the second game is Gerwyn Price up against Josh Rock. And Gerwyn was probably in as good as form as anybody in the world of darts coming into this tournament because he'd won a Players' Championship event. He'd won on the European Tour just before the match play. He'd won in the World Series of Darts recently. And he's just looking really trim and fit and focused. But Josh Rock, who's just won a World Cup for Northern Ireland, if he gets his 180 game going, that could be a very, very close game. As for Luke Littler, well, we all thought he'd breeze past Jermaine Wattimena in the last round, and he didn't. He got the job done, but Jermaine caused him a lot of problems. Now it's Andrew Gilding up against him tonight, Goldfinger, who plays a very slow, methodical game. He doesn't get through from dart 1 to 3 very quickly, and sometimes a player's rhythm can be upset a little bit by that slow, methodical style that Gilding has. And we know how quick Luke gets through his starts. So it might be a clash of styles that could work in Gilding's favour. And he has beaten him before, but Luke he looks, again, he's almost staring through the board sometimes. He's that focused on what he's trying to hit. So Andrew's got his work cut out tonight against the world champion.
Dan, so I want to ask you about Gurney versus Price. I mean, I loved it. I loved the feistiness between both of them. What was it like afterwards? Because I heard that Gurney was trying to get to Price and had to be held back. Is all that true?
Well, it might be. We don't get to see that because obviously the player, when they come off stage, Gabby, there's an area that none of us in terms of press or commentators or can actually get to. So they're kind of a holding area. It's the same area the players use during the sort of comfort breaks that they have. So that may well have gone on. I'm not sure, but I didn't necessarily have a problem with it. The shenanigans that went on stage, but you know, Daryl Gurney messed with Gerwyn Price and he paid the price because you know you start mocking Gerwyn, then that's just going to fire him up. And you saw what Gerwyn did. So it was a bit daft of Daryl, but no doubt Daryl, as a Northern Irishman, will be on the phone to Josh Rock, giving him some pointers ahead of tonight. taking on Gezi. But no, I've got no problem with that at all. What went on there? It wasn't that severe. Certainly what we saw on the stage, Gabby. But I don't know what happened off the stage. Whether it got any more feisty than that. But I wouldn't mess with Gerwin. He's a big lad.
Yes. Yeah. Dance, we look forward to it, mate. Thank you. Semi-final time. Ian Danta there from the Winter Gardens. Now, our next guest, Mickey Quinn, coming up. Quinny's got his big mark outside ready to take Isak's down to Liverpool, because Quinny at the moment is still 1 goal ahead on the all-time scoring list. But I think Max has some breaking news.
Yeah, just some more detail coming out of the Newcastle camp regarding this situation with Alexander Isak. Craig Cope, the man from the Daily Mail who's broke this story, just revealed that Alexander Isak last trained on Monday but left the session after only a few minutes. He's not trained since. So this sort of calamity for Newcastle becoming even worse. I mean, Gavs, have you ever been in a situation where a player who's been pining for a move has come to the training session and thought, you know what, after a couple of minutes I'm gone?
I've never seen it before, but it doesn't surprise me now. You know, the power the players have. I mean, Douglas Luiz at Juventus hasn't turned up for training. You know, and I think Gyökeres didn't turn up for training sport in Lisbon. If I'm Newcastle, I'm giving him a hefty fine, if that's the case. Yeah. And then find out a perfect plan to sell him. Because you don't want it to be start of the season, players unhappy, affects the other players. If he doesn't want to play for Newcastle, I'm sure Newcastle fans will agree, get rid of him for the right deal.
Yeah, Mickey Quinn coming up next, Max. Thanks for that. It's coming up to 7:30. Interesting.
Some of the best off-camera anecdotes from recent years at the Ryder Cup. As caddy Billy Foster went to relieve himself at the Belfry, he noticed only one of the 2 cubicles had toilet paper. Shortly after he'd sat down, Tiger Woods went into the empty cubicle and realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, 1 up." Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina. Roy McIlroy overslept and was in danger of missing his Sunday tea time. Thankfully, travel organiser Erica Stoll sorted him a police escort. And 3 years later, McIlroy proposed. Scottish legend Sam Torrance tells many a yarn about the great Ballesteros. Apparently, Seve would regularly give coaching clinics to his European teammates. When the same players asked for help a week later at the Italian Open, Seve would tell them to Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round, and as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
Okay, just gone 7:33 all this week. talkSPORT is asking, what is the nation's second sport? We know football reigns supreme, especially here at talkSPORT, but what sport is the next best thing and why? Whether it's boxing, cricket, rugby, darts or MMA, these sports need your vote, right? If you'd like to join the discussion, just head to the dugout at talksport.com/dugout or via the talkSPORT app. It's been the talk of the office with some talkSPORT names throwing, how would we know, been down in the dungeon here, throwing their weight behind their favourite sports. Have a listen.
Every week.
What about the Olympics?
Game of paddle. What
about the Olympics? Everyone, like 100 metres, we're good at that as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
Sport? No?
He did just say Olympics, yeah. Yeah. It can't be the nation's second sport, though, can it?
It's everyone's second sport.
Athletics.
It's everyone's first sport.
What do you mean?
Athletics. That's it. Athletics.
Yeah. Not the Olympics.
Oh, Jesus.
What's he talking about? What is he talking about?
What is the second for you? What's yours? Everyone's got their own opinion. Boxing?
I think golf has got to be up there. Boxing, racing. And, I love my racing, don't I? For me, it's football and racing.
For me, I'd say football number one. I'd say when the Olympics is on.
Oh yeah,
then the track and the track, 100, 200, 400. I'm glued. I'm watching that.
Yeah.
But I'd say boxing and darts is catching up as well.
You've not mentioned rugby.
Yeah, it's not for me. My second one.
Not club rugby. I'd be a liar if I said I watch a lot of club rugby. I don't. But Six Nations have been games.
Of course. But everyone's got their own opinion, hasn't it? But I would say the most popular, Al, would be boxing because a lot of football fans are boxing fans as well, aren't they?
Yeah. What we missed at cricket at the moment? Cricket's
Formula One,
massive.
tennis,
Formula One,
Wimbledon.
Yeah, but again, it's seasonal, isn't it?
Exactly. What else are we missing?
A lot of people go fishing, Gab. You'd be amazed.
Really?
A lot of people go greyhound racing. You'd be amazed or watch it. Yeah, they do. We're all different, that's it.
Yes.
Right, so talksport.com/dugout to sign up and join the discussion. Fun prizes are also given away every month, and if you join now, you're automatically put into the next draw. Over 18s only, terms and conditions apply. Celtic did last night. It's quick to say battered two reserves. Well, Celtic reserves lost to Ajax last night, by all accounts.
Was it the first team?
I don't know. I've no idea. But I did ask when I heard the Newcastle result.
It doesn't matter pre-season. You know what it's like. Everyone's at different stages of fitness.
By the way, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying Celtic beat them. I'm stating a fact.
Some pre-season games you ran on the morning and played on the evening. That's why people don't really get with pre-season. Don't look into it.
No, I agree. Right, we've been reacting to the news all morning that Alexander Isak is asked to leave Newcastle. News that all Geordies have been dreading.
There's the ball over the top, and Isak's in on goal here. Cuts onto his right foot, going to pull the trigger now, and finds the bottom corner. Alexander Isak lights up St James's Park.
You're never going to replace him if you're us, because for me he's one of the world's best.
I mean, the Newcastle fans are not going to like this, but I would look at the situation and think, by the way, Liverpool are trying to conquer the world. If they sign Isak, they'll be favourites to win the Champions League.
He's better than Newcastle. He is, himself and Haaland, best strikers in the world.
Unfortunately for Newcastle, there's a food chain.
Eddie's done a wonderful job. The last thing you want to be doing is selling your best player.
The most rounded centre-forward in the world at the moment, Isak.
Are you going to find another Isak?
With a header, down to Isak, it's a second goal, it's another goal for Newcastle United.
Yeah, that's right. After recent interest from Liverpool, there have been multiple reports that Isak has become unsettled at St James's. He was sent home from a pre-season friendly with Celtic and has not been included in the pre-season tour to Singapore, although the club have insisted a thigh issue is the reason for that. It's recently been reported that he last trained on Monday, but left just after a few moments. Interesting. Newcastle legend Alan Shearer has blasted his former club for announcing that Isak would not be part of the pre-season tour for injury reasons just hours before the striker told the Magpies he wishes to leave. It's ridiculous that Newcastle put out this morning to say he wasn't on the trip because of a slight thigh injury. If they thought people wouldn't see through that, It's very disappointing. They should have just told the truth straight away. I understand it's a difficult situation for them, but it is what it is. Right, let's get more on a fast-moving story and say a very good morning to the only man who wants Isak to leave. He's waiting outside to take him to Anfield. A big red as well. He's still one goal above the Swede on Newcastle's all-time scoring list. The mighty Quinn. Mickey, morning.
Morning, Mickey.
Morning, Gabby.
Oh.
That's not true, Al. Come on.
Please let him go, let him go, let him go. Quinny, yes, first of all, you're a massive red, aren't you? And you love Newcastle, the tune. So one of your clubs is going to benefit, but it's a shame for Newcastle fans, isn't it? You know, just when they're thinking, here we go, we'll add to the squad, we're going to be challenging after winning a couple of things last year, European and winning the Cup. It's just sad how it works, but that's player power, isn't it?
Well, first of all, it's not like a professional footballer to have a tantrum, lads, is it? And spit his dummy out when a big club comes in for him. But yeah, I agree. On the back of last year, when Newcastle won the League Cup, got that monkey off the back, winning the trophy, securing Champions League football again. I thought, hand on heart, because I go up to Newcastle 7-8 times a year, the games, that they'd secured all their best players for at least another season. Guimaraes, Isak. And I'm very surprised that Isak has spat his dummy out. He seems usually a cool, calm and collected kid, but he's had his head turned in football. You know what happens there. It's just a mess at the moment. And I didn't think Liverpool would buy him because I thought when Liverpool made an initial approach, Newcastle said he's not for sale. So then they went for Newcastle's other target, Ekitike, and bought him for something like 90 million quid. Unbelievable spending, by the way.
Mickey, is it a chance now, though, for Newcastle to get this wrapped up if he does want to leave and sell him? Because it's 3 weeks tomorrow till the season starts. It gives them a chance to go out and get a Sesko. That deal might take 2 to 3 weeks to get done, and go and get Wissa, get other players that they need around that squad. Because there's no point keeping an unhappy player, is there?
No way. And, we want to be earning 250 to 300 grand a week, Gabby, as well, which is not on Newcastle. Big time. But you're right. I mean, the longer it goes on, you've got to draft in new players. They've got to get used to the city, the way Eddie wants them to play as well. And that's the only thing I'm worried about Newcastle is that on the back of last season, I thought they probably need about 3 or 4 players back in the Champions League, the cup competitions as well, to strengthen numerically the numbers in that squad. But it looks like at the moment, they're more worried about selling players than buying players. They bought Alanga, he's a good signing, but they definitely either need to nail down Isak for next year, or if he's not happy, I'm afraid he's got to go. And you're right, they've got to draft in players as soon as possible. But Liverpool spending, boys, I mean, it's out of this world at the moment. And, considering they've had a few quiet transfer windows, they're spending, and they've still got money to spend out. That's the thing. The revenue coming in is £614 million a year. The commercial side of it is getting better, so they've got a lot of money to spend.
Yeah. Quinn, I don't know when was the last time you were home, back to Merseyside. I don't know if you've seen the new stadium, Everton. I know you're a Red, but...
come on now, I'll get, no chance.
Well, you must have passed it, for God's sake.
Past it? I wouldn't walk within 3 mile radius of it. Don't worry about that.
That's shocking, isn't
listen, the Everton fans are happy for once. Usually they're bitter, but now they're happy. They've got a new stadium. They can move on. They can get the revenue in, which is much needed as well. And sad to say, Goodison is a magnificent stadium. We both played there. And aggressive stadium to play at. But you have to move on with the times. And you're looking at, I've just mentioned Liverpool's revenue. Everton have got to get up to scratch revenue-wise, strengthen teams. And to be fair, Moyes did a great job, hasn't he, since he's been back?
Mickey, how can the teams like Newcastle, Villa, these teams that want to try and get into the top 4 year in, year out, how can they try and match the revenue of Liverpool and Manchester United? It's so hard, isn't it?
New stadiums, Gabby, that's a massive plus, the new stadiums. I mean, with Newcastle, I'll give you, I've just mentioned like 614 million turnover. Liverpool, that's without selling players as well, without other stuff. But Newcastle is about 270 million.
Similar to Villa's. Yeah.
And if they've spent, a fair few quid, the few transfer windows before, then it limits them to what they can spend. Villa, Newcastle. So that's where I think it's unfair, isn't it? You know, I mean, it should be fair to all the Premier League clubs. They can spend, you know, what they want, or level it out a little bit.
Well,
I don't
Newcastle fans got so excited, didn't they, when the new ownership come in? You know, the richest club in the world, Saudi Arabia. And then the rules are in, and like, yeah, but you can't spend all the millions you've got, billions.
But the richest owners in the world.
More importantly,
but they can't spend the money.
Exactly.
More importantly, Courtney, have you been out in the heath yet this morning? You been out?
I haven't now, but I was at Racing League last night at Yarmouth, and it wasn't the best evening. It was very rainy, windy, but we got the Racing League off to a good start, and it's Wolverhampton next Thursday if anyone wants to go.
Okay.
Racing, by the way, second passion, Al. Racing, like you, football and racing.
I think we've got a runner. I think Newcastle's have got a runner at Wolverhampton, so look out for that.
Are you going to frequent, Al? Are you going to frequent?
No, I'm down at Goodwood next week, so I might
get your passport, Al. Get to Wolverhampton.
I might be Windsor Monday night, then down to Goodwood for Tuesday, Wednesday.
Pims at Windsor, Alan. Pims at Windsor.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very
He only goes to fancy places now.
Oh, he does what he wants. Hey, I must mention, Alan, you knew Alan Bailey.
Yes.
Sadly passed away yesterday.
Oh, God. No.
86. What a legend of a man, first of all. Like you, Alan, never took a backward step in life.
Yeah.
And a great trainer as well. Great trainer. Thought to just mention that with the basis.
I remember him and Mick Ryan in the horseshoes playing pool. Oh,
great characters, Alan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Quinny, great to talk again, pal. Take care.
Cheers, Al. Cheers, Gabby.
Thank you, Mickey Quinn. There's another ledge. A great character gone. Unbelievable. Right, okay, still to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. From excavators to skips or cement mixers to pressure washers, Travis Perkins Hire has all your landscaping needs covered.
Okay, Craig Hope is the man from the Mail who has the inside scoop in the story. Will join us at 9 a.m. this morning. So, Geordies, Liverpool fans, even Arsenal fans, you want to stay tuned for that one. You've heard from one Australian rugby great to this morning in David Campese. We'll hear from another. Late on is Matt Giteau as we look ahead to the second test tomorrow morning live on talkSPORT between the Aussies and the Lions. And everyone's favourite transfer Tinder is on his way, so don't miss that one. That was a look ahead with our friends at Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. It's easy to hire at Travis Perkins with a Travis Perkins trade account.
Okay, 10 minutes to 8 o'clock, talkSPORT Drive. Gabby Agbonlahor making a show on breakfast this morning. You like your Lions, don't you?
I don't mind, mate. Why?
Well, that drive's too easy, isn't it?
That drive, it's a nice time.
I heard you saying to DJ Adele, you can do it standing.
Do you know what, Doyle? Since I've been doing breakfast now and more, I'm up now. 6:30, 7. Even it affects your sleep, doesn't it?
You tried doing it 27 years. I wake up every morning early. And then I think, Saturday, back to sleep.
Do you wake up and then make the missus a nice coffee, or
I go back to sleep?
You don't make her.
No, I look at my clock and I think, what are you doing? It's Saturday, it's Sunday. Go to sleep.
Do something nice for her, Alice. This is a great woman.
What do you mean do something nice?
Something nice.
Of course I do.
Take her somewhere nice.
I am.
Where?
Next week, Spain.
Yeah, but you're going back to where you've got a place.
Oh, don't use that.
Somewhere different, mate.
No, I'm quite happy.
Mauritius?
No. I'm quite happy. I get comfortable. I know the right restaurants to go to, the nice bars to go to, the nice beaches to go to.
Yeah.
I don't need to explore new places. Not really Port Banús, no. Down towards Estepona, down that way, that part of the beach.
I could picture you just sitting there with a nice drink and just people watching.
I do. Or with a book and a bit of music.
What's his story? What's her story?
No, I do. You're right. I people watch, yeah. Okay, 7:51. Time now for a bit of this. Come on.
Stick a load of singles in there and then they fall in love.
Of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard.
A 36-year-old, you'll have the knockers, you will.
Just because it's offering its teat, do I really have to muscle on that?
Is there anything in your personal life that could be causing you stress, sir?
I'm not a great lover.
Hello, what's your name?
Sarah Louise.
Sarah Louise, crack, you're up for it, aren't you?
I was in love at the time, that's what I was doing.
At the time?
I'm not sure I like this.
It makes us sound bad, doesn't it? Well, you sound bad.
I'm just...
She's up for
Tinder.
it.
No.
Yeah.
It's not for me, but some people like it, Max, don't they?
Some people do. I don't. I'm shacked up. You know, I've not been on the apps for a long while, me.
What do you mean you're shacked up?
Shacked up. I've got missus.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah. Well, why are you so surprised?
No, I thought that
I'm surprised that she's 5'2", and he's like 6'8".
Right, yeah, this is Transfer Tinder, where we match players on the market with brand new suitors. As you know, I'll give Alan Gabby a player. They either need to swipe left or right. I can't even remember what right or left means.
Right is yeah, it works left now.
Okay.
Oh, you know about Tinder again?
Well, I've been doing it for like 6 months. Yeah.
I reckon you've been on Tinder for 6 months.
Well, is it more than that? No, it's not.
Max, I think he's got a sneaky one.
What, a sneaky little account?
Tinder, mate, yeah.
Oh, yeah, having a laugh.
With a code name.
Yeah, having a laugh.
No red, mate.
He didn't know what to say there, did he?
What? I can't work my phone, never mind one of them.
Let's move on quickly.
Yeah, let's move on. This is Raheem Sterling, potentially to Napoli, age 30, 5'6", £20 million, they say. He's found love difficult to come by in recent times, but the 4-time Premier League winner still has plenty to offer. He might be getting on, but as the saying goes, wrinkles only mark where the smiles have been. So could this Premier League great find his heart in Naples and get the Neapolitans grinning?
Well, first and foremost, let me say he's had a brilliant career.
Absolutely.
Outstanding.
You know, some people just don't like him, do they?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen him have
agendas.
Some great games. Would it work? I don't know. You know, if you'd asked me, you know, the Napoli with McTominay going there and Billy going there, would it really work? I'd say, it's hard, it's tough. You know, they demand so much down there, and look what happened.
Yeah.
Champions, and they're absolutely idols now. So maybe Raheem's thinking, I could fit in there.
He's not the same player he was. I think he'll agree that.
20 million, though, in this market is pretty cheap, isn't it?
I don't think they'd even want to pay that.
Okay.
To be honest, they'll look at it and say, Chelsea don't want him. So there's a player that they don't want. We're not going to offer 20. Might try and get him for 15, 10. Wouldn't surprise me, but I think it's a decent move for him.
So what are we saying? Swiping right, swiping left?
What's right, Al?
Right is, it's a good move.
You want...
Okay. Jury's out with this one, Napoli. I'd like to see him maybe go to Leeds or somewhere like that. Be somebody just come up. You know, maybe,
but do you think though his career that he's had, top clubs, he'd want to go down to a team like Leeds? Maybe try something different, Napoli. different league, different country.
Maybe. It's a good one. I don't know.
Maybe
That's the
left.
answer.
Maybe left.
All right, we're going left, I think, on that one.
I think my battery just ran out of my laptop. I don't know.
Right, next one. This is obviously a result of Alexander Isak. This is Benjamin Sesko to Newcastle. 22 years old, 6'4", 75 million euros. Fresh off a recent and raw heartbreak, Newcastle aren't feeling sorry for themselves and crying in the wardrobe over pictures of their ex Alexander Isak. They're getting straight back on the bike, and this Slovenian stud's ready to tap in the rebound. He's been flirting with the idea of a Premier League partnership, but yet to be appropriately wooed. Could fate have timed a Tyneside romance right on time, boys?
So I'm trying to work out, is this the guy that played in the Euros with a shaven head and or short haircut, centre forward?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good player.
Leipzig at the minute.
Well, they love a centre forward up there, don't they? They're like Quinny. We just spoke to Quinny. He scored loads of goals. Shearer. You know, they love a centre forward.
Yeah. Arsenal wanted him, but their fee was too high that they're asking for.
Yeah.
That fee's dropped now, I think.
It's a lot of money, but then again, that's averaging out for a top player, isn't it?
He's young as well, 22, so you're getting more out of him.
All right, I'll go right. I'll swipe right.
You're going to swipe right?
Yeah,
I agree.
Happy days.
match.
Right, last one. This is Douglas Luiz to West Ham. The Brazilian babe loves a glass of claret and blue. The former Villa man failed to fall for the old lady, but he's drawn in by the bright lights of London, looking to blow kisses and bubbles for the mighty West Ham. If he joins up with the Hammers, he might be playing far away from the fans in the stands, but can he shimmy his way into their hearts? What do you reckon, boys? Douglas Luiz.
I was devastated when he left Villa. I think because of the PSR rules, he was one that we had to sacrifice. Tielemans been outstanding last season, so he hasn't been missed as much, but I love him to come back to Villa. If West Ham can get that over the line, it's an outstanding signing. He's a
they have
top
to
player.
do something, West Ham.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Because he hasn't worked for Juventus, didn't play much football last season, hasn't turned up to pre-season. It's going to cost him a few quid. But yeah, I'm all for that for him. Yeah, West Ham.
Happy days.
White right.
Yeah, because I think West Ham needs someone with a bit of class, and when he's on the ball, he's very good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go, yes.
Swiping right, happy days.
Max, before you go, we've got to be brief. The late, great Hogan dined. Were you a wrestling man?
I wasn't a wrestling man, but I did meet him.
Did you?
I met him at Hogan's Hangout in Clearwater in Florida. It's his own bar. I went to a karaoke night, shook the great man's hand.
I've been down there loads.
Yeah, nice little gaff, isn't it? And
what was it like?
His hands are absolutely massive. He almost snapped my hand off. And
were you taller than him? Or
yeah, of course I was, mate. Of course I was. But yeah, I met him, and then I was sort of overawed by him. He was proper cool dude, fans loved him there, and I was drinking those sort of 0.001% pints, and they all got a little bit to my head. I spent $100 on a Hulk Hogan hoodie and then sang Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman at his karaoke bar. It was a good day.
Legend of a guy.
Absolutely.
In Clearwater.
Yeah.
Just down from Tampa, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, that's where my mate were living at the time.
Lovely. Anyway, another one gone, and we had the racing fans out there. Alan Bailey, he was a character. Mickey Quinn told us he's passed as well, so cracky. Unbelievable.
Yeah, sad news.
Max, thank you.
Thank you.
Right, coming up 2 minutes to 8 o'clock. We have more tributes to Hulk Hogan. Head over talksport.com. Come up, continue to take Newcastle calls. Excuse me. This Isak saga rumbles on. You know the number 03717 223344.
do you get when some of the most individual sports stars club together? Well, a melting pot of history, tension, rivalry, friendship and elite stories. Here are some of the best off-camera anecdotes from the Ryder Cup. Number 1, Tigers loo roll. The protagonist, Lee Westwood's former caddy, Billy Foster, said in a toilet cubicle at the Belfry. As he went to relieve his first morning nerves, Foster noticed only one of the 2 cubicles had loo roll, and while he was seated, in came a tiger into the empty cubicle, and he realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, 1 up." As it happened, Europe did go on to win. Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina, when, after a gruelling Saturday, Rory McIlroy overslept on the Sunday and was in danger of missing his tee time. Thankfully for him, the person booking player transport was Erica Stoll. She sorted him a police escort to the course. 3 years later, McIlroy proposed in Paris. The next story is told by Scottish legend Sam Torrance about the great Seve, who apparently despised the Americans mainly because of a diminutive US reporter who kept calling him Steve.
Hey, my name is Severiano or Seve. There's no Steve, there's no Steve. Next day, Steve.
Torrance also tells of how Seve regularly gave coaching clinics to his European teammates, but a week later at the Italian Open, when the same players asked for advice, Seve would tell them to and see you next year. Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round, and as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and tumble onto the course and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
Minutes after 8 o'clock, talkSPORT breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Gabby alongside me now, on the way for you this morning. We'll find out just how two-time Ashes winner Stevie Harmison dealt with seeing the highs of England slogging India to all parts and the lows of Alexander Isak wanting out of his beloved Newcastle United. Toon fans, keep your calls coming in on that too. Just 131 days ago, you won a first domestic trophy in 70 years. 61 days ago, you qualified for the Champions League. So why has it all gone so badly wrong this summer? Well, has it? 03717 223344. Give us a call. Let's take a quick one now. Adam. Adam's a Toon fan, a big Newcastle fan. Morning, Adam.
Morning, Adam.
Morning, lads. All right?
Good, Adam. I just wonder how long this has been bubbling for, you know, behind the scenes. Isak thinking about leaving the Toon.
Well, you know, it's it's getting more and more crazy each season now, isn't it, with players? Big teams just coming in, offering big contracts, lengthy contracts, as Chelsea are doing. But, you know, we're a club on the up. Why are some players not wanting to stay here?
Yeah.
You know, if he's not happy, take the money, take what we deserve for him. I would say, you know, 130 million.
Yeah.
If he's wanting to stay, go for the Champions League, go for cups, give him a contract as he deserves, rightly.
It's not as easy as that, though, Adam, to give him what he deserves, because you might be double what anyone else is on at Newcastle then.
Well, you know, you've got to compete with these teams now, don't you? We've realised that. But no player is bigger than the club.
Do you know what? When I think about it, one or two people on the line now are saying, you know, you could tell the last few games of the season he wasn't at his brilliant best. You just wonder how long the agent's been in his ear saying, look, you know, there's a good chance I get you a massive move here. Would you be up for it? And, you know, sometimes, Gabby, without realising, it's in the back of your mind, and it does affect you slightly.
We know how football works. Clubs don't put bids in for players unless they've already spoke to them.
Yeah.
You know how it works. I know that for a fact from when I was playing.
When our last call was talking about Chelsea put players on big years, well, he's not in his last 2 years, is he? He's
3 years.
That. So does it matter what contract you're on in length? You know, if a player wants to go, he'll go.
The problem you've got is, I could imagine Newcastle, maybe the highest wage they're paying at the moment, 150, 160, probably maximum. If you go and give him, like the fan just said there, Adam, 300, give him what he wants. Okay, then Gordon, okay, I want more. Guimaraes, I want more. Botman. You've got a group of players that are saying, can't be on double what I'm on.
Yeah.
And that ruins the changing room, so you can't do it.
And players find out, don't they? Let's be honest.
The difference at Liverpool is that you'll have Van Dijk on similar, Salah on similar. You'll have other players that aren't far off as well on 200, 250.
Yeah. Okay, I know. Adam, thank you for that.
Thank you, Adam.
Now, the Lionesses are possibly 90 minutes away from yet another Euro title.
Kelly inside the box, and she pokes it home off the goalkeeper.
Live for these moments as a little girl, so that little girl today enjoyed every moment of that.
Now time for another summer of unforgettable moments.
This is a new moment, and before every tournament you experience different things.
And Vieman! 2-2!
That's what we feel when we put the shirt on. It's that we give everything, we run ourselves into the ground.
Holmberg, it's over! England are in the semi-final!
No, we don't make it easy, but we definitely put on a show for everyone watching.
Kelly, save! Kelly there again, it's in! England 2, Italy 1. This is just extraordinary. Tanner, oh, she scored! Berger beaten at her near post! And Tanner finds a way!
I think England, I'd actually prefer to go up against Spain than I would Germany.
But it's the world champions Spain, who are one game away from European glory. But England's Lionesses will have something to say about that.
Yeah, England were heartbroken 2 years ago, but now they will get their shot at redemption. Spain's extra-time victory over the Germans means they will face the Lionesses on Sunday's Euro 2025 final. It's a repeat of the 2023 World Cup final, which Spain won. But England against Spain results before that have been pretty good. They were the two best sides in the world 24 months ago. They remain the best two sides in Europe now. John is now a man who's been soaking up all the sights and sounds of Switzerland for the past few weeks. talkSPORT's voice of live football, Adrian Durham. Adrian, a very good morning.
Good morning, Adrian.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Gabby. It's absolutely chucking it down in Zurich. Temperatures are not high, so you're talking about it being beautiful. This is perfect weather for me, but not for the rest of the talkSPORT team, I'm afraid.
No, and what's the news coming out of the two camps? First of all, England in terms of injuries and fitness. Serena got a full squad to pick from, or is there one or two maybe niggles?
Yeah, I mean, there were players coming into the tournament who hadn't played much in the season because of injuries, and we all thought they were ready to go. Some of them have looked a bit leggy and tired certainly in the last couple of games. So a check on exactly how fit they are is needed. And Lauren James came off at half-time of the semi. So, you know, I look at the fitness levels, and they've been pretty good with one or two exceptions. And in terms of an actual injury, Lauren James is one that we're waiting on. We might find out more later today when Sarina Vieman joins the talkSPORT team and speaks to Courtney Sweetman-Kirk. So we'll find out more then. In terms of Spain, I mean, I was at that semi-final the other night, and I don't think they were at their peak.
Yeah.
I think that their levels have dropped since they got into the knockout stage. So, listen, they've got some very good players. They've got 4 or 5 match winners. This isn't just a team with one special player. They've got 4 or 5. And if they really turn up, it's going to be very difficult for England. England have to play better, though.
Sarina, she's not known for making too many changes, Adrian, is she? So she'll stick with the nucleus of, you know, the side that she thinks is the strongest 11.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I mean, she trusts in herself. I mean, the phrase is, in Sarina we trust. She totally trusts her own methods. And why wouldn't she? She keeps getting to finals. She even wins them. So, in terms of the England lineup, there are 1 or 2 questions. And she has made changes. She made a tactical switch in one of the games in the tournament. She also made a personnel switch, dropping Jess Carter, bringing Esme Morgan in. So she is capable of making a seemingly bold move. And those moves came off that she made. So we'll have to see. Chloe Kelly may come into the starting lineup. I think a lot of fans want to see that. It's just whether Sarina wants to see that and thinks that's a good move for the team. There's a big call for Michelle Adjumang to start as well. I personally think that her as an impact sub is absolutely the way to go, because you've got defenders who are, say, tired after 60 or 70 minutes. They're used to Alessia Russo's tireless running, endless running, and so they get used to that, and all of a sudden Michelle Adjumang comes on and they can't cope with her. That's how she's been so successful at this tournament. So playing her from the start is something completely different.
Is she the sort of player, Michelle Adjumang, that, you know, when you're in stadiums, Adrian, you've been in so many, where the fans start calling for a player? You know, start chanting for a player when they're warming up at about 55, 60, because what she's done has been phenomenal, hasn't it? Scored 41 seconds into her debut, late equaliser against Sweden, same against Italy, 3 goals in 4 games for her country.
Mate, her goal record per minute is absolutely astonishing, but that only happens because she's an impact sub. You know, the strange thing, and one of the big differences between fans at the men's game, an England game, for example, and fans at an England women's game, is that when the subs come out, whoever they are, they all get a massive cheer, all get a load of support. The singing from the fans during an England women's game, as in my experience, is totally positive. Even when they're 1-0 down and not playing particularly well, the singing is totally positive. There's no sort of aeroplanes flying around. There's no booing. You know, it's a very different atmosphere. So, in terms of, do the fans want Michelle Adjumang on? They probably do, and they probably wanted her on sooner than the 85 minutes on which she arrived onto the pitch the other night. But they kind of get behind the team rather than hammering Sarina or hammering the team.
But Sarina's substitutions have been brilliant.
I mean, Sarina's substitutions have left me tearing my hair out, mate, honestly. It's been so infuriating. I've been so frustrated. And I think everybody feels the same. I mean, it's baffling. But what she can do is point to the reality, and they've worked. And all right, it was very, very late in the day in the semi-final against Italy that Michelle Adjumang scored. She came on 85. It should have been maybe 75, perhaps. Chloe Kelly came on 77. Probably should have come on at half-time, if not on the hour mark. I don't know why she's leaving it so late. The subs actually get stripped and ready to come on, and then they're staying on the bench for another 10 minutes. It's really odd how Sarina does it. But as I say, she can point to the fact it's working for her, so she ain't going to change it just because we're talking about it on this breakfast show.
But I thought yesterday, Aidan, you were going to give her the big job, the men's England job. Now you're questioning her.
Well, I was asked a question. It was a pretty lame question. A pretty lame question. And actually, I would have loved to have seen Sarina do the job that Lee Carsley did, just to see how she went on. However, Sarina is busy with the Lionesses. She's busy getting to finals. In terms of her record at finals and winning tournaments, I'd be quite surprised if there are people who think, well, no, that's not a good idea, is it?
Yeah, I think as well, if you look at...
don't you dare put that reverse. Don't you dare.
Adrian, we spoke to Courtney yesterday, and she agreed that the Spain defence is quite slow. So I'm looking at it now. Do we sit back and play on the counter-attack? And that's what I said to you a couple of days ago. Imagine having a front two of Adjumang and Russo against that Spanish defence on the counter. Obviously, it won't happen, but we can only dream.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. I mean, it's a tough one to talk about because we know Serena isn't going to do it.
Yeah.
However, it could happen for, say, the last half hour of the game if England need to get back on level terms or get back into the game or whatever.
Yes.
I think that what we've seen in this tournament is that England play more long balls than most teams. If you look at the stats before the semi-final, Leah Williamson and Alex Greenwood have played more long balls into the opposition half than any other players in the whole tournament. That's the way England have approached this tournament. They've gone a little bit more direct, they've gone a little bit longer, and it's got them to the final. And I think it's actually the perfect way to go against Spain. We saw Germany have some joy going through the middle, going direct, getting in behind the Spanish defence, and those two centre-halves for Spain aren't the greatest. So I think that's the way they will go. So it'll be a clash of styles. England's long ball, or long passing if you like, against Spain's tiki-taka, and if they get that right, I think we're going to be struggling. But if England make a breakthrough, you never know. England are due to play well, and they'll need to play well against Spain.
Adrian, enjoy,
said, Adrian.
mate. Enjoy. Have a great
pal.
time out there. Lionesses Live. Don't forget on talkSPORT this Sunday, 5 p.m. Coming up next, though, are people starting to work from home in McDonald's? What's this about? You'll get my reaction to that next.
Shake your booty, I'm loving it, I'm loving it, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. By the way, what's your sign? it is compatible
Proper
with
music.
mine. Probably long-lasting years down the line. I'm telling you, girl, you're a
8:20 on talkSPORT. Gabby's little shoulders are moving there, Gab.
Proper music, Al.
Yeah, proper music.
Proper music, mate. I bet you this is, Al.
No,
It is, mate.
I don't think so.
After a bit of food at the Shard, little bar,
I
Al.
was just saying that the duck we had there was as good as I've ever had.
Special duck.
But it was a bit drizzly, the weather yesterday. When you get a clear day, top of that Shard, it's
Stunning,
special.
isn't it?
Special.
Yeah, agreed.
Right, a bit of an interesting story in the Sun this morning, Gab. You won't believe this. One of McDonald's restaurants has become the first in the United Kingdom to offer a dedicated quiet business area for remote workers. The branch in Whitefield, Greater Manchester, has sectioned off part of its restaurant for laptop users so they can have it as their working space. You can even reserve the space for a group business meeting. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, but just go get into the office. Do you agree?
Oh, I do agree, yeah.
Get into the office.
Like today, as we drove in, Billy and I, this morning, it's dead. No one about
No one's coming into work.
No one about it. Monday and Fridays are
I thought we were
just more
changing,
done.
though. That like the people had to come in more.
I know. I just, I'm old-fashioned. I think you
Getting
go,
to
you go
work,
to
mate.
work, yeah.
Like you says, though, all the coffee shops, local, they get affected by it.
Horrendous. Yeah.
Selfish.
Would you ever meet with someone at McDonald's?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you?
No,
Do you
I
like
wouldn't.
McDonald's? I reckon I have one a year, if that.
Hangover food for me.
Is it?
Yeah, when I'm hungover, I'll have a McDonald's, but I'm not really keen. But I don't know about meetings in there, though. It's a bit odd. I don't mind in a local cafe, maybe coffee shop where you can have a little meeting with someone, a quiet one.
Yeah,
what about you?
London Bridge hotels, you get a lot of meetings in there.
Yes,
a lot
you
of
do.
people meet there because the train comes in,
Exactly,
London Bridge.
good location.
It is a good location. You see them all sitting there.
But you know what? McDonald's are clever.
But it's no good for business.
Yeah, but McDonald's
when they
are
come
clever,
into a
though.
bar area and have a coffee and sit there for 2 hours.
Yeah,
It's
but
no good.
McDonald's are clever. They're thinking, you know what? Let's make this space where you can have a meeting if you want, and they're still making money.
Okay, do you reckon Ali will try and get away with doing the breakfast show on Zoom from a fast food
Wouldn't surprise
restaurant?
me, mate.
He tries to do. I think
he'd ask.
I think next week he's doing it from a river in Iceland, isn't he? Time now for the very latest odds with Coral, the man who said he didn't want Gabby at Goodwood. Here comes Steve-O.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. Proud sponsors of the Qatar Goodwood Festival. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Known to his friends as Whispering Stevens. Morning, Dave.
Morning, Steve-O.
Gentlemen, a very, very good morning. Let's get one thing straight, Gab. You are more than welcome to be on the team sheet for Goodwood next week. We have no say over that whatsoever, but I understand that you have missed out.
I was getting a bit.
Oh, Dino's got in. Dino's in for a couple. He's in for a double.
I was thinking, is this Birmingham City and Coral partnership? Is it getting a bit out of hand here? That anyone who's got Villa connection doesn't get invited anywhere, Steve?
No, because Dino is there. That's the thing.
He's Liverpool.
Problem is, Gab, Dino will undercut you. He will do it for a lot less. That is the problem. And then he drinks his body weight in whispering.
Steve-O, what is the weather forecast for the likes of... I might make I could be at Windsor Monday night, Steve. We may have a runner, I think.
Oh, no, come on. This is like going to Jackdaws on the Monday before Cheltenham. That is not the sensible start to the mind. It was only 2 days at Goodwood, so I got faith in you. I think we're set fair, Al. I think we're set fair for a dry, largely sunny week, which, as you know, that makes all the difference. It's called Glorious Goodwood for a reason.
Yeah.
When the sun shines, it really is. But, of course, before then, Al, Ascot tomorrow.
Yeah.
What a race this is. The King George, the big middle distance summer championship, over 1.5 miles. Only 5 runners, but all 5 of them are Group 1 winners. That doesn't happen very often. That's how good this race is. We can't split. Jan Bruegel, trained by Aidan O'Brien, Calandagan for France, 7-4 joint favourites. They were first and second in the Coronation Cup. Jan Bruegel came out on top that day. Calandagan since come and won a Group 1 at Saint-Cloud in France, feeling that Ascot will probably suit him better than Epsom did, but Ryan Moore was brilliant on Jan Bruegel at Epsom. Then it's the filly Kalpana, and then Rebels Romance for Godolphin. We can't split them at 9-2. 100-1 Continuous, a former St Ledger winner, but he's in there as a pacemaker for Jan Bruegel. So do not miss the King George tomorrow afternoon. Absolute.
What about, Steve, what about the big gambling races? Is it the Stewards Cup? Is that the big
we
one?
sponsor. There's two: the Coral Golden Mile on the Friday and the Coral Stewards Cup on the Saturday. Last year's winner of the Stewards Cup, he came out and won the Wokingham at the Royal Meeting. He's actually owned by a good friend of ours, Mark Tracy. Has the box next to us at Goodwood.
Yes.
You know Mark well.
Trained by George Baker.
Yeah, at Epsom. That was a 10-1 for a repeat win. That would raise the roof on the Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Goodwood is a bit special, isn't it? You walk in and the Pims lounges and the different bars. There's just something beautiful about it.
It's got the garden party atmosphere. The racing's brilliant, but it's a little bit more informal than Royal Ascot. As I say, if the sun shines, it is one of the great views. You look over the Sussex Downs one way, you look over the Solent, Chichester Cathedral the other way, across to the Isle of Wight. It's a shame you're not there, Gab, but we'll raise a glass to you.
Yeah, just have a bottle
Steve,
for me.
what about, how does the test look now, betting-wise? England still favourites?
Are they brilliant, this England side? There's always something happening with them, and they've gone from being second favourites to being 11-4 on to win this test and obviously wrap up the series. 13-2 India, 7-2 the draw. Joe Root, what did I hear earlier? He needs 109 runs to overtake Ricky Ponting in the all-time run scorers list. He's 3-1 to score a ton, but yeah, there's just never a dull moment with this England side, and I'll tell you, they're now in pole position to wrap up a series win.
Steve, I know it's early, but would Liverpool odds shorten because it looks like Isak could be on his way?
Yeah, well, exactly that. If they make that signing, I suppose the issue is Saudi Arabian side in for the run-in as well. They have shortened 15-8 from 2-1 favourites. Off the back of the reports, Al, it does look like he wants out of Newcastle one way or another, doesn't it? And then it's just a question of where he goes. But, I mean, isn't that's what great champions do, isn't it? They strengthen off the back of a brilliant season. And that's what Liverpool's activity...
And they didn't spend much the season before. I think it was just Chiesa, wasn't it? For 10 million? So they had the money from the season before and the revenue that they bring in as well, Steve-O. And we were talking earlier, Harvey Elliott, Nunes, Diaz. You sell all them three players, you create the funds anyway for the Isak.
I mean, that was Klopp's team last year, wasn't it? That Arne Slot won the title with. Now he's putting his own stamp on it. So 15-8 Liverpool, 12-5 Arsenal, 3-1 City. Just having a look what price Villa are, Gab, 80-1. So, top four chances.
Worth a tenner.
Yeah, well,
I'll take it.
Maybe
I'll give you
a pound.
What about, we're going to talk to Matt Giteau in a moment. Wallabies legend David Campese already says the Wallabies will beat the Lions on Saturday. I'm not having it. I've had a nice bet one. I'm not having it.
They are underdogs, unsurprisingly. Australia 7-2, 4-1 on the Lions. In terms of the handicap betting, we give Australia 10-point start, even money with a 10-point start. Lions minus 10 points, even money. I think it was 9 points, wasn't it, in the first test? So again, look, England are in pole position to wrap this up, this series up after two.
I'm going to have a double, Steve. I'm going to have the Lions to win, and I'm going to have England to beat Spain, Women's Euros.
Are you having the Lions to win with the 10 points, or just going to take them at 4-1 on?
4-1 on.
Oh, he's playing it safe there. Yeah. And England to lift the trophy or to win in 90 minutes?
Yes, not to win. I know how you get confused with that. Yeah. Bet on to win the trophy.
We don't want you to get confused. Okay, you're looking at about a 5-2 shot there, Gav.
Is that it? I want more than that, Steve-O.
Well, chuck in the Coral Horse cave article at Utoxeter today, trained by our mate Christian Williams.
Perfect.
He goes in the third race at Utoxeter. He's a big price. He's an 8-1 shot, so he might be in the double with Aston Villa each way.
Go on, Christian. Steve-O, talk tomorrow. I'll see you Monday. Well, I'll talk Monday, maybe see you Monday.
Yeah. Thank you, James.
And enjoy Ascot. Brilliant. Dave Stevens from Coral.
You shouldn't go the night before. You should just...
Why?
He says, take it easy.
Somewhere way down to Goodwood. Of course I can take it easy. And just go watch the race and then head toodle down.
Where are you staying?
What do you mean where I'm staying?
Are you staying at the Travel Lodge?
I'm staying on the estate.
You're not staying at the Travel Lodge like the year before?
No, I'm on the estate. Don't worry about that. We have some great guests at Goodwood next week. England rugby legend Joe Marler. Oh, yeah. Former Real Madrid, Liverpool, Stoke City striker Michael Owen will be with us. Iconic EFL manager Neil Warnock, of course, one of the greatest jockeys of all time. AP McCoy will be with us. Sadly, Dino and Crookie will also be there. But what a lineup we've had over the two days. Over the 2 days, and Gabby, you won't be there. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
That was a look at the latest odds, all thanks to Steve Coral, 18+ gamblerware.org.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. Proud sponsors of the Qatar Goodwood Festival. 18+ gamblerware.org.
Amen Corner, perhaps the most feared run of holes in golf. Each year it claims the tournament hopes of many, with balls hitting bunkers and water traps aplenty. But why is it so fearsome, and where did it get its name? Just the thoughts of holes 11, 12 and 13 at Augusta National gives the likes of Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth the shivers. McIlroy hit 3 over and Spieth hit 4 over in their final rounds to blow their hopes of a green jacket in 2011 and 2016 respectively. But did you know Amen Corner's name is inspired by a jazz song from 1933? American sports writer Herbert Warren Wint, on the left here, wrote about it in 1958, referencing the song shouted in that Amen Corner when describing the run. Hole 11 is a par 4 over 520 yards with a green guarded by a pond and bunkers to the front edge. 12, perhaps golf's most famous hole, is a par 3 over just 155 yards. The green's guarded by Rays Creek at the front, more bunkers and azalea bushes ready to punish the smallest error. Then there's the 13th that teases the hook shot over the trees. It's a dogleg par 5 over 545 yards that's inviting for big hitters who want to reach the green in 2. If you want to win the Masters, you have to keep your score down around Amen Corner. So who'll be the next to fall victim to golf's most famous and most daunting challenge?
heard that word before, Gabby? Stoten, really stoten.
No, what's it mean?
It means like dead brilliant.
Is that a Scottish word?
Yeah. I was watching Kin again last night. So many Irish Dublin words, the same as Glasgow.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable watch.
Yeah, I watched that.
Need the gentleman to get out though soon. Need that.
Oh, no.
Can't wait for that.
Well,
Season 2.
Absolutely. Ray Winston, Sicily, isn't he? Sicilian now, he lives over there.
Must be nice.
Very rugged over there, whereas Sardinia's very, very colourful, isn't it? Whereas Sardinia's not. Sardinia is,
Yeah,
sorry.
Sicily's
more rugged.
Yes.
I watched The Godfather 3 again the other day. Oh, just magic.
I'm the same though. I'll just repeat films.
Magic.
There could be something else to watch. I'm like, no, Goodfellas or Godfather's on. Put it back on.
Godfather's the best for me. talkSPORT Breakfast with the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt into Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Gabby with me. Now, the story of the week so far. Alexander Isak has reportedly told Newcastle he wants to explore a move away from the club. So, Newcastle fans, just a few months on from winning a trophy and qualifying for the Champions League, how has it gone so badly? How's it gone so... this is a killer blow, isn't it, Isak? Want to go to, it looks like Anfield. 03717 22 3344 is the number to call. And we'll head to the phone lines right now. It's another Adam, the Newcastle fan. Adam, good morning.
Good morning, Adam.
Morning, fellas. How you doing?
Yeah, Adam, how do you feel about this? We just heard our newsreader saying that some of the Newcastle players are saying, no, he's injured, don't read too much into it, but I'm sorry, I'm not having it.
Nah, I'm not either. I don't know if you two have seen yourselves, there's been a video knocking around of the cup final at Wembley. Virgil van Dijk congratulating the players and then whispering something in the ear after. I think the seed's been planted since then, to be honest with you boys.
Yeah, could be. Go on, Gab.
I was like, how disappointing is it for Newcastle fans when you were hoping this window would be where you kicked on and strengthened so you can start challenging higher up the table?
I think it is disappointing because obviously he's a main man up top, but what I said to one of the lads on the phone before, it's unless you're a Newcastle United fan, we are still a stepping stone club at the moment, and there's always bigger clubs than Newcastle in the league, like the Liverpool's. Still Man United, and that's why we've lost down a couple of players to Man United in the transfer window, like Mbeumo and things like that. I think we've still got years to go until we are a club where players look at Newcastle as a club to stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Adam, did you see his form dropping off slightly towards the end of the season? One or two Newcastle fans have been texting, emailing in and saying, yeah, the writing was on the wall. He wasn't the same player the last sort of 6 weeks of the season.
I think so, yeah. I think players, they'll try and defend him, saying he might have been carrying an injury then, but like as both said earlier, it would have been in the back of his mind, and clubs don't make an approach unless there's something being said behind the scenes. So, no, I think it's been in the back of his mind for a while now.
So what I don't like, Al, quickly, sorry, mate, is that, sponsors and people to do with Newcastle would be expecting him to go to Singapore on a pre-season tour. So what if he does stay at Newcastle, transfer window closes, he doesn't leave? Just not a good look, is it, for him not turning up there?
No, I know what you mean. Adam, thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Yeah.
Right, let's move on because it's a big weekend, isn't it? The British and Irish Lions can seal series victory already. Tomorrow, a victory over Melbourne, over the Wallabies, live on talkSPORT. Let's look ahead to it now in partnership with Tenor Men.
Qatar Airways Lions Tour Roundup on talkSPORT with coverage sponsored by Tenor Men. You're not the only one looking for a solid defence down under. Upgrade your protection. Visit tenormen.co.uk today.
Pride of Lions. From misty pubs and muddy boots, they flew with banter, stakes and suits.
Here we go, Test Match Series, up and running. The Lions kick off.
The Lions, bold, a touring band, to point red streaks on Aussie land.
Gliding to the right-hand side.
1 minute scrums, the next to sing. A pride that jokes but fears nothing.
We are taking them boys to the Hurt Arena this weekend.
The Wallabies are putting up. Jorgensen will take it out to the air, and Jorgensen scores in the right corner.
To win this series, you had to win 2 games, and that's what we're going to go and do next week.
Scottish Grant and Leinster Soul, a Cockney jab and Valley's roll. 4 nations, one very wild crew, with dreams stretched deep in red, gold, white, green and dark blue.
The British and Irish Lions win 2-1 with a remarkable performance in Sydney.
Came as men from different shores to go into test week. Let's hear the Red Sea roar.
Now the Lions are looking to win the series following last Saturday's 27-19 victory in Brisbane. It wasn't spectacular, was it? Andy Farrell's side have also won every single game they've played since landing down under, but the Wallabies' all-time leading try scorer David Campese joined us earlier this morning, and he's rather confident of Australia levelling the series. Have a listen.
Well, I did mention last week to the supporters in Brisbane, I said, if you don't beat us by 30, you should all go home. You had 4 warm-up games. The Wallabies had 1 warm-up game. It was a bit of a mess. Didn't pick a total different team. That's it. You just won. I mean, it doesn't matter about what happened in the game. You won the game, fair enough. But for me, there were signs against the Brumbies at the ruck area that the Brumbies countered ruck very well. The Lions tried to throw the ball around a bit, and it sort of fell apart. I think that Australians, you never underestimate the Wallabies, but I think it's going to be a very, very close game, but I think we might just get up by 1 or 2 points.
From one Aussie legend to another, fellow Wallabies legend Matt Giteau joins us now. Matt, good day and a very good morning or good evening over there.
Good evening, Matt.
Yeah, good evening. How are you? It's great to hear Campo talking so positively. I actually need to commend you guys from asking me that question and me and Campo having that back and forth. In Brisbane, we met, we had a chat, and our relationship is as strong as ever. So I owe you a big thank you.
Good. Don't worry. He was a bit confused yesterday, Campo. I don't know whether he'd been on the old Penfolds or whatever, but he definitely had, he was a bit confused, but he was adamant the Wallabies will level this series. And I was like, I say, okay, I'll have a little bet. We have a bottle of wine with you. But the signs were there that, with the Pacifica getting in the faces, especially as the game went on, more physical aspect, that you thought yourself, ooh, I wonder if the Aussies watching this, the Wallabies watching this, they're getting a little clue. Let's right from the first whistle, Matt, let's get stuck into these.
Yeah, I mean, I think the difference with this one game in particular, I thought the Indigenous and Pacifica team played incredibly well, competed super hard. But the point of difference with this exhibition game and the other ones is they didn't bring on their bomb squad, their actual starting lines. They rested a lot of their big name players. So that's probably where they've had huge impacts, in those previous exhibition games. So I'm not reading too much into it, although it was a great contest and I enjoyed watching it. It doesn't really tell too much of a tale for me.
Yeah. What about the public now? Because Campo was saying he spoke to 1 or 2 Aussies. Were saying, "Who's all these guys in the red shirts walking about?" It can't be that anonymous, can it? Will the Aussies turn out in force to support the Wallabies?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think the beauty of what the Lions and their supporters bring is, like, rugby is popular. Everyone wants to get around it at the moment, and we've not had that in a while. So sold-out stadiums, just the sport getting celebrated, and the buzz is here. So I'm down doing my recce. I'm visiting all the bars at the moment.
Lovely.
just to make sure that we've got some supporters here. So yeah, like, everyone's excited for it. For me, even as a proud Aussie, I want us to win the series, obviously. But for me, it's just so important for even Lions supporters, Australian supporters, that we win this game and it goes to a decider.
Yes, definitely.
Matt, what about where's the weak link in the Lions? Where can the Wallabies get at them? Is it in the lineouts? Is it in the ruck? Where what do you think?
Well, I think the first and foremost, we've got to slow down their ruck ball. So they were getting really quick ruck speed. So obviously when they carry the ball, they're carrying with such dominance. They cleaned it out, and the ball was so quick. And it was on a platter for Finn Russell.
Yeah.
If you give him front foot ball, he's going to make the right decision 9 out of 10, maybe 10 out of 10 times. Occasionally he'll make a mistake. But, yeah, he's in phenomenal form. So we've got to slow that ball down, similar to what the Lions did for us in that first half. They slowed it down. Then the ruck speed was like 3 to 6 seconds, not getting too technical, but normally the ruck speed you want around 1.5 seconds. So 4 times, they're slowing the ball down, which means that they're getting more numbers in the line. They're able to really charge and put a lot of pressure on Tom Liner. We need to do the same for Finn Russell. We've got to make it as tough as possible for him because he is the key. I believe he's the key to the Lions' victory.
Yeah.
Campo has it in for Owen Farrell. Did you mention anything about it when you both met? And also, what do you think about his inclusion? And will he get a good reception from the Aussies?
Oh, he won't get a good reception. But that's not... like, as in, it doesn't mean that he doesn't... well, he certainly doesn't deserve it. I think he's one of the great players for England and British and Irish Lions. It's his 4th tour. For you, if you didn't have Owen Farrell, I believe, in that Indigenous and Pacifica team, potentially you lose that game. That's the experience, the fight, his calmness, the way he can close a game out. He brings so much experience and confidence to players around him. So, yeah, I think his inclusion it's a big choice, and it's certainly warranted. He'll add a lot. Hopefully, when he gets on, the game's out of reach and he can't add too much, and the Wallabies get the win.
Yeah, brilliant, Matt. Look, we're really looking forward to it, and I hope you enjoy the game and have a beer for us down there on that beautiful.
Thank you, Matt. I've got a couple of Guinnesses waiting, so thank you.
Nah, lovely. Well done, Matt. Thank you. Matt Giteau there, down in Melbourne. It looks that sky. Australia's
looks stunning.
Have you been there? Oz I think it's a great country.
You went there, didn't you? See your brother?
I've been loads. I was there for the Olympics in Sydney in Homebush. And I was there in the Bicentennial as well, and I played there.
You did say, though, didn't you, that if you were younger, you'd move there to live?
Yeah.
You'd live there?
Especially now, with the greatest respect.
Why?
Because I think this country's gone.
Not the same, is it?
Without getting political, this country has gone to dogs.
Yeah.
If I was young now, I'd be heading
see you later.
Yeah. Right, the second test in Melbourne is live and exclusive on talkSPORT tomorrow at 11. Coverage beginning 10 a.m. Remember, you can listen to Lions on Cage every morning on talkSPORT 2. Download the free talkSPORT app and find every episode with ease. That was all thanks to Tenamen.
Qatar Airways Lions Tour Roundup on talkSPORT with coverage sponsored by Tenamen. You're not the only one looking for a solid defence down under. Upgrade your protection. Visit tenamen.co.uk today.
9 minutes to 9, Gabby's alongside me. Right, it's time to pop on our laboratory coats and goggles as we head into the Gabatory.
He's an alien. This might sound a bit weird, but when I used to have boiled eggs, I'd boil them for like 20 minutes. If you ask Gabby what 2 + 2 is, he would say it equals yellow. They actually twerp. I'm not as thick as like people think I am.
How tall is Mount Snowdon in metres? In metres, Gab, in metres.
100,000 metres.
The tallest mountain in Europe is situated in the French Alps. But what's the mountain called?
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest in the French Alps.
The duck-billed platypus is found in only one country on the planet. Which country is it?
Iceland. The scary world out there, mate. I'm going to stay at home, put the Halloween film on.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Now, I'm sure you're all aware Gabby's dad has a PhD in material science, meaning intelligence should run through the Agbonlahor family.
Can't skip a couple of kids now and then.
Let's find out if these brains were passed all the way down to Agbonlahor Jr. as we put Gab to the test in the Gabatory. And as always, we start with your fact of the day, Gabby. Take it away.
So about a couple of weeks studying this one out, away on holiday on the beach. So today's fact, Alan, is about Sweden, as we've been talking all morning about Alexander Isak. Did you know, Alan, that Sweden is one of the few countries in the world where Donald Duck is more popular than Mickey Mouse? Yes, every Christmas Eve since 1959 at 3 p.m, the nation sits together to watch Kalla Anka Och Hans Vanna Onska God Jul. In English, Alan, that's Donald Duck and his friends wish you a Merry Christmas. Donald is so popular that in 2006 the country had to change the law to forbid people from voting for him in official elections, as he had begun to gain a roaring number of votes.
Oh dear,
What do you think
right.
about that, mate?
It's been a quiet summer so far for the Villa, Gab.
Oh, it has.
Here's your former teammate Ross McCormack speaking to the Breakfast Show earlier on this week.
I think they'll be okay this season, but to replicate probably the heights that they got to probably like last season, the season before, is going to be difficult. The one for me is Grealish. I'd go and get him back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
An absolute heartbeat. I think he's an unbelievable talent and a good game.
Yeah, it's gone quiet with Gab, hasn't it? With Jack, sorry. I don't like calling him Grealish.
Yeah.
No, it's been, I want I want to see Jack smile again on the pitch, on the ball, running at people, weaving his magic. I want to see him play again.
I think sometimes with these sort of transfers, and we saw obviously Rashford's gone now, but you've got Sancho's looking to move as well. Some of these transfers will happen late in the window, I feel, with Jack. Maybe like you come into mid-August, end of the transfer window. That's when I think that you'll see him probably move.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if he was to go back to the Villa, by the way, maybe Newcastle's an option now if Isak goes.
Yeah.
Not to play there, but they'll have the money and the wages to pay Jack. But if he was to go back to Villa, how would the Villa fans treat him? Would they welcome with open arms?
I think they would welcome with open arms. Obviously, you get a few that would probably still not be happy, but everyone knows Jack's a Villa fan deep down. Do you know what I mean? He loves the club and what he's done for Aston Villa as well. So I think they would love him back. And you never know, Al. It comes into that late transfer window. Aston Villa have got problems as well with financial fair play. Who they can go and spend big money on. So it might work for both Jack and for Villa.
Manchester United have missed out on 4 strikers in the window so far. In Marcus Rashford's absence, they're currently left with Højlund and Zirkzee. So, Gab, who should be leading the line for Manchester United next season, or are they going to be late in the market?
People will not agree with this, but why not go and get Calvert-Lewin? He's on a free transfer. You offer him a deal where if he plays, he's getting paid decent money. If he's not, then he's not getting the money that he wants.
Ollie Watkins?
I don't think that would happen now. I think Aston Villa, no chance of selling Watkins. What he's done now, 14 goals, 11 goals, 15 goals, 19 goals, 16 goals.
I go back to Rashford playing in front of him.
Of course.
The manager leaving Ollie out, I still don't understand it. But look,
I don't think he goes to Manchester United, though.
No?
I don't think he goes to Manchester United. I just don't think it's a step up. In size of club it is. But the project that Manchester United are going to have, Watkins might be 33, 34 before Man United are challenging for Champions League football again. So I see that as a bad move for him.
Okay. Right, finally, Lennox Lewis, who for me is one of our best, if not the best boxer, is in the papers this morning giving his verdict on Dubois. His loss to Usyk last weekend. Dubois was counted out in the 5th round, but Lennox has claimed that he would have beaten the count if it was him in that situation. Derek Chisora has also said that Dubois quit. Did he throw in the towel against Usyk? Was there something...
I find it harder.
Was there certain doubting him after a few rounds, thinking, I can't beat this guy?
I find it hard to say he's quit. You know what the boxers go through, Al? I mean, how do we feel getting punched in the face by Usyk? That power as well. But I was quite baffled when I seen the 10 count and then him walk comfortably over to his corner. There was no throwing his arms up of, why did you throw the towel in? Or, you know, I'm okay to carry on. It did look to me that he was like, oh, thank God that's over. I can't hit him. I can't get close to him. This is hard. So
he didn't quit for you?
No, I feel that he did quit. It's hard to say that, but looking at the way he walked over to his corner so smoothly, most fighters will be throwing their arms up and trying to push the referee away and say, no, I made the 10 count. Don't start. Why is my corner throwing the towel in?
I still think we're not giving Usyk the credit he deserves.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
The guy is a super champion.
In 15, 20 years, Al, they'll be talking and saying Usyk's up there with the best ever heavyweights.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
I agree. Okay, let's look ahead to the next hour of the show with Benchmark.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmark's Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmark's.
From Usyk to Isak, the man that broke the news of Alexander Isak wanting to leave Newcastle, Craig Hope will join us in 5 minutes' time to bring us the very latest. Toon fans, keep your calls coming in on that one too. Just 131 days ago, you won your first domestic trophy in 70 years. 61 days ago, you qualified for the Champions League. God, seems a long time ago now, doesn't it? So why has it all gone so badly wrong this summer? 03717 223344. It gives a call. We'll also hear from former Lioness, who also coached Michel Agiman. Gemma Davidson's going to join us as well ahead of the big final against Spain. That was our breakfast preview with Benchmark.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmark's Kitchens and Joinery. All our Benchmark's kitchen doors come with a 5-year guarantee. Terms and conditions apply.
There's a lot of talk about the independent football regulator. Some people love the sound of it, others don't. But what actually is it? And is it going to be any good for the game? In simple terms, it'll be an organisation not controlled by the Premier League, the EFL or the government, which will make sure all clubs are financially stable and don't rip off the fans. The aim is to make sure what happened to Bury, Derby and Reading doesn't happen again. Now, a significant reason clubs go under is because of dodgy owners financially mismanaging the club and running it into the ground. But in theory, these should be a thing of the past with the new regulator. They'll be able to use data from the National Crime Agency to perform stronger fit and proper persons tests, and can even force owners to give up their stake in a club, which for certain supporters might be a welcome relief. It's likely good news for the EFL. The tension between them and the Premier League over a fair financial deal has been increasing in recent years. As it stands, talks have broken down. The Premier League backed out of recent negotiations, but the regulator will have the power to force through a deal, meaning more money for clubs lower down the pyramid. Now, this might sound simple, but in reality there's concerns this will open a legal can of worms, which could result in messy court cases involving the Premier League and the regulator. Parachute payments will be brought under the control of the regulator too. If they reduce them, it could mean a wider variety of clubs securing promotion to the top flight, but critics reckon it'll just mean the gap between the Premier League and EFL actually widens, as promoted clubs won't get as much money, which should normally be used to buy better players so they can compete. And current Premier League clubs have said if there were no parachute payments, they'd actually invest less, which would harm the quality of the top flight. And if clubs don't invest, then you'll get exactly what the EFL don't want, which is the same 3 clubs going down every year. And remember when Cardiff's owners changed the club's colours and badge? Well, in future, fans will have to approve any major changes to their club's heritage. Now, that might all sound great, but do we really need it? Some say the downfall of Reading and Bury is an exception, not the rule. So as a whole, the most successful footballing pyramid in world football doesn't need regulation. They say it scares investors who can help grow the game. If those investors go elsewhere, well, the Premier League may no longer be the destination for the best players in the world. And others, well, they just don't trust politicians to appoint truly independent people to regulate our game.
.904 talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online. All with a few clicks, they make buying your next car easy peasy. Villa's second all-time Premier League scorer, Gabby Agbonlahor.
Thank you very much.
Still very good, Gab.
Thank you very much, Al.
Gab, how annoyed would you be if Watkins left Villa after just going a single goal above your record?
I think I have to get myself back into shape, Al. See if Unai Emery can let me back on. Take a couple of pens, overtake him, retire again. How about that?
Talking about that, you know, get yourself back in shape.
Yeah.
Did you play any paddle abroad?
I played a couple of games. There wasn't many paddle courts in Dubrovnik. Sardinia there was, so I played a bit there. I missed it. Looking to get back into it. Who did you play with? Just randoms around the
really? You can do
hotel.
that, can you?
Yeah, paddle's about like just anyone wants to play. Let's have a game. A bit like basketball in America.
I know there's one. There's a court right by Tower Bridge now as well. It's always every time I pass, it's
fancy popping in for a game or
no. We have to start this hour. Is the Geordie summer about to get a whole lot worse?
Down to Isak, it's a second goal, it's another goal for Newcastle United.
All this narrative about Isak, is he going to Liverpool? Who's actually said he's for sale?
It's getting more and more crazy each season now, isn't it, for players?
got his head turned in football. You know what happens there. It's just a mess at the moment.
You have to sell.
You don't have to sell this summer. It's all paper nonsense. You haven't got a clue.
I wonder, I was thinking earlier, Gab, I wonder what he's like as a bloke, as a guy. Is he a nice guy? Have you heard that?
I've heard.
What are you laughing at?
I've heard maybe 50-50. Maybe sometime.
Nah, Gabby, I know you.
What?
But that reaction, that means he's not a nice individual.
No, I can imagine. And what I've heard that maybe he's, because he knows how good he is, maybe he can be difficult at times as a teammate. That way.
So he's a bad egg.
I haven't said that at all, mate. He's a great egg. Liverpool, we're looking forward to that.
He's
egg.
a 20-minute hard-boiled egg, Gabby.
Yes.
A selection of Newcastle fans there, and we had on the show this morning, plus ex-Toon striker and Liverpool's, loves his Liverpool, Mickey Quinn, and Peter the Man, Gabby, terrorised on air back in, 2024. But Gabs, have you been proven right that Newcastle do in fact have to keep selling?
I think, listen, I understand where he was coming from in that clip, but I just look at teams like Newcastle and there's other teams that are trying to break into that top 2, top 3. But like Newcastle fan earlier said, Al, he said himself, we're still going to have to sell some of our top players because I said it yesterday, Isak wants to go and win Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, probably wants to go and win Ballon d'Ors if he can. He's not going to achieve that at Newcastle because of the restrictions that you have now.
Yeah. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Isak hasn't featured either in Newcastle's 2 games in pre-season, missing the Tour of Asia through what the club are calling a minor thigh injury. In fact, we heard from Dan Byrne, who also suggests that he's got a slight injury, Isak. John us now for all the latest is the Daily Mail's chief football reporter, Craig Hope. Craig, you're right across this story, Craig. Craig, what do you reckon? Is this a deal that Newcastle quite simply have to sell him now because the player, his agent, have made their mind up?
Morning, guys. It's actually mid-afternoon here in glorious Singapore. Singapore sling time, Alan.
Raffles Hotel. But don't go out in that sun because it is roasting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. No, it's glorious out here, and I was in Raffles Hotel only yesterday where I bought my wife a Singapore sling. I couldn't afford to.
You've not bumped Craig. You've not bumped in the parlour. He's out there.
I haven't. No. I only go to the nice places, which was pretty upmarket. So Ray Parlour probably wouldn't be allowed in.
So what are the club telling you now, Craig? Because you're right across this story. It really is. It's sad because for me, I love watching this guy finish. His movement, his strength, he's good in the air. He finishes beautifully.
Everything.
He's got everything, hasn't he? And now this is a huge headache for Eddie.
Yeah, but just before all of that, Alan, I'll go into bat for Alex a little bit. I heard you and Gabby talking there about what sort of character he is. He's a good character, and Gabby used the word ambition now. The player shouldn't be penalised or labelled a bad egg just because they've got ambition. And Alexander Isak and his journey at Newcastle, has it reached expiry? Well, maybe it has, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. He's given Newcastle 3 brilliant years. He scored one of the goals in the final, ironically, against Liverpool, which ended the 70-year wait for a domestic trophy.
Yeah.
And if he knows he's worth more than Newcastle can pay him on the open market, and he undoubtedly is, he could command a greater wage than Newcastle can currently pay him. And he doesn't want to play in the Champions League. He wants to win the Champions League. He's that good, So I don't have an issue with that. But the problem he's got, in Newcastle have got to a degree, is now to make a sale, you need a buyer. Liverpool have got to come with the funds. Newcastle's in a strong position. Alexander Isak's got 3 years to run his contract. So if a deal is to happen, the player wants it to happen. We believe Liverpool want it to happen. They've got to come with the money. Otherwise, it won't. They've got to come with that British record somewhere around 130, 140, 150 million pounds. If they do that, I think we'll see movement.
Yeah. What about Craig? It's interesting. As I said, we had Dan Burns say, he's got a slight injury. Maybe he has. Maybe he doesn't feel 100%. What about if he goes? Is there any other... I was talking to Gabby earlier about a player such as Jack Grealish. I could see Jack in a black and white striped shirt. I really could, because he's got to play. And if suddenly Newcastle were to come to a deal with Liverpool, they'd have a lot of money and they'd be able to afford Jack Grealish and probably afford his wages as well.
Yeah, I mean, you may be able to say that, Alan, but I certainly can't. Jack Grealish doesn't strike me as an Eddie Howe type player at all. I think Jack Grealish's career has peaked now, and he's heading in the other direction.
You don't think the Toon fans would love him?
No, I don't think so. No, listen, the last we saw of Jack Grealish on Tyneside, he was stumbling out of an Irish bar on the quayside, drunk at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. So, no, that's not the sort of player Eddie Howe and Newcastle entertain. They want to buy hungry players who they can develop. Every player Eddie has brought into a man. Alexander Isak is the finest example. When they got him 3 years ago as a 22-year-old from Real Sociedad, he wasn't the best striker in the world. He is now, and that's because of the environment. That's because of Eddie Howe's coaching, coupled with the own play, the player's own fantastic ability. What would they do if Isak goes? Well, Benjamin Sesko is an option. Johan Wissa is a deal I'm expected to accelerate this weekend. But that's the dilemma they've got, guys. You know, there's always a good time and a right time to sell players. If they keep on to Isak for one more season, they risk having an unhappy player for 12 months, and the value might not be there with 2 years.
Craig,
on his contract next summer.
Craig, once I heard yesterday morning that he hasn't travelled with the squad to Singapore, and it's because of a slight thigh injury or calf, wherever it was, I knew straight away, because I've been on so many pre-season tours with Aston Villa when I was playing. Because of so many sponsors and he's Newcastle's best player, you would be there even if you was injured. You do your treatment out there. And also, we heard you say, we heard earlier that you said that he trained on Monday, after a few minutes, walked out of training. Can you explain that?
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. Little plug, this is a piece you can read in today's Daily Mail and at Mail Plus. The inside story of the past week, the past 12 months, even Alexander Isak, he trained on Monday. After about 5 minutes, I believe, he walked out complaining of the lingering issue in his thigh, and he hasn't trained since. So that's where we're at now. And Gabby, you know, your summation of the situation there, I think, is exactly spot on. If Alexander Isak, even with a slight thigh injury, you bring your star player on these lucrative commercial Far East tours.
Yeah. Craig, listen, great. We'll talk, hopefully we'll talk when the season gets going. Some great stories. Thank you very much. And enjoy Singapore. Get down that Singapore Cricket Club as well if you can get in there. That's a joy, sitting on that roof, just watching the world go round.
You love it, don't you?
I do.
You love it.
Craig, thank you. Right, let's get some immediate reaction to this and head to the phone lines. 03717 223344. Ray's a Newcastle United fan. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good, thank you, Ray. Good.
Right, this Isak, carry on. We think he had his head turned 4 or 5 games before the end of last season. He wasn't the same player. So I think he's been tapped. And fair play to him. He's done well for us for 3 years. Let him go. Get the money, what he's worth. Don't let him go cheap. And then buy somebody else. Newcastle know the level we're at. We're competing to get into the top 4 regularly. We're not looking at the league yet. So just build, keep going, have a slight dip next year, come stronger again the year after.
How will he be remembered if he does leave this summer by Newcastle fans?
Well, anybody with half a brain, fondly, Gabby.
Yeah.
He scored a goal in the cup final, you know what I mean? I'm 52, that's all I waited for, to win a cup. Yeah. So you just thank him. He's been great for over 3 years. He wants to go, and I never thought I would agree with Craig Hope about anything, but I think everything he said was spot
on. Ray, very positive. What about Andrew, the Newcastle fan? Andrew, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Andrew.
Morning, lads.
Hi, Andrew. Crack on.
To be honest, lads, I think the club's got a lot to answer for. In terms of it, the fact that it's even got to this point where they're talking about a new deal over the summer, I think it should have been tied up before the end of the season. At the end of the day, if they're turning 130, 120 million pound down, you've got to pay the lad what he's worth.
Yeah.
Which he's the best striker in Europe, no question about it.
Yeah.
The problem with that, Andrew, is if you're paying 300 and you've got Gordon, Gumires, these other stars on half of that, it upsets the changing room. They want the same money as well.
Gabby, I totally get that, and that's been discussed with a few of the lads that I've speak to. But at the end of the day, if Anthony Gordon comes knocking on my door saying I want £300,000, I'll say, no worries, pal, you come back when you've got 25 goals next season. Because we're paying it. If you want that dressing room, right, lads, we're going to break the wage budget. We're going to give Alex double what you are on. I can't see too many of them that would say, all right, well, no, let's just let him go because I want to be on the same money as him. Everyone's going to say we've got the best striker in Europe. Yeah, we want to win things. We need him in our side.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Andrew, nice one, Andrew. Thank you, Ray and Andrew. Two good calls. Coming up, we turn our attention back to the Lionesses. talkSPORT's takeover on Sunday. Kick-off live at 5, don't forget. And we find out everything you need to know about the star of the tournament, Michelle Agyemang. That's coming next. So, after a 3-week break, the Formula One returns this weekend to Spa, the Belgian Grand Prix. Not the Spa you've just had down in Dubrovnik. The first race weekend since the sacking of Red Bull boss Christian Horner. Having been in charge for 20 years, it'll be a new-look Red Bull pit wall this weekend. But will the sacking change the mind of superstar driver Max Verstappen? His future having reportedly been looking to move at the end of the season. We're speaking to the media about the changes for the first time. He said, "I don't think it will matter at all for my decision in the future. The only thing that matters is we can work on the car and make it as fast as we can, really." And Spa's a great track. It's a fast track as well. Would Max have something to do with Horner sacking, or was it his dad?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so, no. I don't think you're going to have an effect on team principle going. I'm sure they had a decent relationship.
I think there's something in it, Gab, with the
You
greatest
reckon?
respect. I think his dad and he was always locking horns with Christian. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you think he's going to lock horns with anyone, Max? The new guy coming, he's going to be the same with him. He's so...
Well, he's so intent on winning every race.
Loses his head, doesn't he? You hear him on the mic. But they've got a long way to go because McLaren running away with it.
Yeah.
Nearly done anyway.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And don't forget, you can hear live updates from Spa, from the Belgium Grand Prix weekend on talkSPORT throughout the weekend coming. Now, it's a huge weekend as well for the Lionesses, as it all comes down to this. The defending European champions, England, against the world champions, Spain, who defeated the Lionesses back in August 2023, down under in Australia. It's not been smooth riding for the Lionesses in the last 2 rounds after late goals and extra time have saved them twice. We're on the brink of a tournament exit, so could the luck be in for the Lionesses? One player who's lit up the tournament, England's Michelle Agyemang, who twice has come off the bench in the quarters and the semis to score in the last second to force the game into extra time. Following the last second semi-final win, manager Serena Vieman spoke about Agyemang and the impact the subs have had for her.
They just accept their role and they're ready, and they get ready, and they know they have a huge contribution to the team. And I think what I said before too, you could bring so many players on the pitch and I make the decisions, but everyone's ready to go. So today also Aggie came in and she made it very difficult for their defenders too, together with Michelle, with the two of them. And then of course when we had to go back because we scored 1-1, then Aggie goes to the left side and she knows exactly what to do too. So they're really well prepared, they're ready to go, and they brought something extra, and that's what the team needed. So that's really nice to have, and it says a lot about this team.
So, staying on the subject of super sub Michelle Agyemang, only young, what a great time it is to cross over and say a very good morning to someone who actually used to coach her, and of course a former England forward herself. A very good morning to Gemma Davidson. Gemma, good morning.
Good morning, Gemma.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Very well. Gemma, another final for England, and Serena's substitutions. Some people said they should have been on earlier, but they've come up trumps again for England. Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, currently working with Aggie Beaver Jones. She's a fantastic player, lots of energy, really, really committed to teams all the time, every single day. And the energy she's going to bring on the pitch is outstanding. So I don't expect anything less of what Serena's just said right now. And that's what you're going to get when you bring Aggie Beaver on the pitch. And as for Michelle, she's just really showing up, isn't she, and doing what she's best at. And Michelle's game is she's absolutely lethal in the 18-yard box. And I think the best thing about having Michelle is no one has any information on her. Like she's not very well known on the senior circuit, so she's a bit of a wild card putting on. And I think she's come up for trumps because people don't know what a threat she is in and around the 18-yard box.
Where did you coach her, Gemma?
Arsenal under 16s. I had the luxury of coaching Michelle, and she's not changed.
I'm dreading to think of the poor defenders marking her in the under 16s.
No contest. What you see now is what she was then. She was so much stronger than everyone else. But you know what? She's a really humble person, and she has been really committed to developing over the last however many years. And I'm really happy to see someone produce and get their moment, and she's really taken it. So I think her career looks great. She's just got to sustain it now and deal with expectations, but she's been fantastic.
Gemma, apart from the final, England's record against Spain's pretty good, but Spain have improved since. They're very, very good in possession, best in the world probably. England have not stuttered, that's the wrong word. They've been slow starters in some of the games in the tournament, but then they've come strong. The stamina kicks in towards the end, extra time, etc., penalties. So I think if England can start better, then we're in for a great final on Sunday.
Yeah, I think what they've displayed is tournament football is all about surviving at points. It's just a tiring, taxing time, not a lot of rest in between games. But they've continuously showed how they can stay in a game and fight back. And I think that's massive for teams. Yes, they need to start better, especially against Spain, as they're so dominant on the ball. So yeah, I just like them to be smart about their game, enjoy the ball. As much as they will against Spain. We all know Spain are dominant on the ball. It's the same as watching a Barcelona. I think you'll see a better England team. I think they're going to be very well prepared. They've got had a lot of experience against Spain, and let's just hope that they take some learnings for the last few games. But I still admire their resilience levels to stay in games. But I think against Spain, they're going to have to be a little bit more smarter defensively, and you don't want to be turning the ball over against Spain. No. You won't see it for 5 minutes.
Gemma, the last game, I actually got back home for the last 20 minutes, and I was looking and I'm thinking, where's Agbonlahor? I had to check on my phone and look on the app and see, is she on the bench? Why is she not on yet? And to get 5 minutes and rescue England again, surely against Spain, if Spain are on top, she's got to come on a lot earlier.
Yeah, and I think it's probably key that she does, depending on, the state of the game. But she's obviously, there's been a lot. She's really made some big moments happen, and obviously they're going to keep their eye on that. But I think she'll create a fear in Spain. So to bring her on the pitch will, create another element of fear, bringing her on the pitch. So hopefully we see the likes of Michelle and Chloe Kelly come on a little bit sooner. I don't think we can not speak about Chloe Kelly.
No, 100%.
Yeah, we're going to hear from her in a moment. Listen, Gemma, great for you to join us. Thank you. And really enjoy the weekend, especially the final on Sunday. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
England-Spain, don't forget, is a 5 p.m. kick-off this Sunday, live on talkSPORT, and there's so much at stake. For the Lionesses, a chance to retain the European crown. Spain will be world and European champs if they come out on top. Now, Chloe Kelly, we've just been talking, was a hero in 2022 when the Lionesses won the Euros at Wembley. Here's more in the London over talkSPORT. Shaban.
Chloe Kelly is 27 and currently living in North London, having joined Arsenal this summer after a successful loan spell from Manchester City. She's now a Champions League winner and a Euros champ.
And England lead in extra time in the European Championship final. Chloe Kelly rips off her shirt.
Chloe is a QPR fan. That celebration, by the way, was a tribute to Bobby Zamora.
Unbelievable! Bobby Zamora has surely scored another playoff winner.
Her winning goal celebration on Tuesday against Italy was inspired by Thierry Henry. Fun fact about Chloe, her husband Scott is a groundsman who she met when she played at Everton.
Thank you, Shaban. I see Bobby quite a bit. Bobby's in my same block in Canary.
Is he?
Yeah, nice guy, real nice guy.
Yeah.
So will Chloe fire England to another title? Find out on Sunday, 5 p.m. live on talkSPORT. But up next, Ben Stokes, the greatest all-rounder of all time. Wow. We'll ask Steve Harmison that question next.
Amen Corner, perhaps the most feared run of holes in golf. Each year it claims the tournament hopes of many, with balls hitting bunkers and water traps aplenty. But why is it so fearsome, and where did it get its name? Just the thoughts of holes 11, 12 and 13 at Augusta National gives the likes of Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth the shivers. McIlroy hit 3 over and Spieth hit 4 over in their final rounds to blow their hopes of a green jacket in 2011 and 2016 respectively. But did you know Amen Corner's name is inspired by a jazz song from 1933? American sports writer Herbert Warren Wint, on the left here, wrote about it in 1958, referencing the song shouted in that Amen Corner when describing the run. Hole 11 is a par 4 over 520 yards with a green guarded by a pond and bunkers to the front edge. 12, perhaps golf's most famous hole, is a par 3 over just 155 yards. The green's guarded by Rays Creek at the front, more bunkers and azalea bushes ready to punish the smallest error. Then there's the 13th that teases the hook shot over the trees. It's a dogleg par 5 over 545 yards that's inviting for big hitters who want to reach the green in 2. If you want to win the Masters, you have to keep your score down around Amen Corner. So who'll be the next to fall victim to golf's most famous and most daunting challenge?
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Where do you keep disappearing to?
Speaking to our producer about what we're covering next. You know, getting information about what we're doing next.
What do you mean? We've got Army.
Apparently he's not joined yet.
What?
Apparently he's not joined yet.
And the back of the Sun this morning looks like the end after playing just 12 times last season. Luke Shaw faces the Axe United despite having 2 years left in his contract, and there's apparently strong interest from Saudi Arabia. The problem there, Gab, here we go, right? It works both ways, contract.
Yeah.
Someone wants to tie you up to a 5-year, 6-year deal, and it's not happening after 2. They can't just push you out the door, can they?
No, but they can make it difficult for you. I've seen it happen to loads of players where they've not wanted to leave and they've been put to train with the under-18s. Come and train at 7 p.m. Clubs will be nasty and try and get you out if they don't want you.
Yeah. But what if you just tools down? I'm not doing it.
Well, I've seen players do that. If you want to get rid of me, pay me. If you're Luke Shaw, you're probably saying, listen, if you don't want me, I'm not part of your plans, then pay my contract up. 2 years, thank you very much. See you later.
Yeah, I suppose it's not all about the money, but saying that, you know, a lot of players' principle is no. We agreed
100%.
this.
Yeah, contract's a contract.
Yeah.
No one forced Manchester United to give him that contract.
Well, just on money, it's time now for a bit of this.
10k for Coldplay.
Are you a Coldplay fan, Gab?
Yeah, I do like Coldplay.
Yeah. Coldplay are back at Wembley this summer, and we've got a huge VIP prize up for grabs for one lucky listener. We're giving you a chance to win 6 tickets in a private box for you and your pals on August 22nd. It's full hospitality plus we're chucking in £10,000 spending money.
Lovely.
Completely tax-free. You don't have to worry about the tax. And here's how you do it. Here's how to enter. 18 plus UK, excluding Northern Ireland, for a chance to win. Text the word WIN, W-I-N, to 83338. That's 83338. By the 4th of August, before 11 p.m. and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission or post your name and number to Coldplay Competition, PO Box 3190, that's 3190, Colchester, CO2 8GP, CO2 8GP, to arrive by 5 p.m. on the 7th of August. It's a talkSPORT Limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full T's and C's apply at talksport.com. Right, this brewing series between England and India has reached Old Trafford this week for the 4th instalment, and after a neck-and-neck first day, England have wrestled control of the game thanks to some brilliant England batting. However, before that, it was that man again. Yes, it was Ben Stokes, who stole yet more headlines after picking up 5 wickets for the first innings. His first five first since September 2017. India were bowled out yesterday morning for 358, which is not bad, before Crawley and Duckett got to work with the bat, notching up a 166 opening run partnership. A great catch caught Crawley. It was very good. Batting the Indian bowlers to all parts of the ground, Crawley fell for 84 while Duckett fell for just 6 short of his 100 for 94. Let's get more on this now. Cross up to Old Trafford and say a very good morning to 2 times Ashes winner Steve Amatoon fan Harmy. Steve Harmy, very good morning.
Is that a tear I see, Harmy?
Morning Al, morning Gabby. I tell you what, I've been listening to you this morning. Wow, Gabby, come on. Yeah, no, it's bad. Al, it's beautiful up here. It's glorious. The first time in the Test match so far where we've had clear blue skies, so that suggests good for batting. The series could be over today. I really could. I think England, I said last night, England, the only team that beats England is England now. I think if they're still batting into the sort of middle session and then towards tea, they're going to be, at tea time, if they go the way they normally go, they're going to be about 80 runs, 50 to 80 runs ahead. And if they are, then I think India, both teams are tired. But I think India now have run out of juice.
Yeah, Harmy, do me a favour. Let me get my rant out of the way.
Go on now.
My one and only rant. Can you sort out Old Trafford? We had problems with the turnstiles. 10,000 people couldn't get in. But what about that stupid blooming sign, Sir Jimmy Anderson stand? Can't they make that bigger and show everyone?
Well, it's the thing is they've got it at a decent size, but the problem is they've put seats in front of it. So not at a normal day to try and then here they've tried to maximise it. So on a normal county day or a normal day where England aren't playing Australia or aren't playing India, there won't be a bank of about 300 or 400 seats in it. So you'll see it comfortably, but with the stand they've got in at this moment in time, temporary stand, as soon as somebody stands up, you can only see a few letters of it. So there have been, and I must admit, I'm a big friend of Old Trafford. I love this place. We don't get many Test matches in the north, so we have to enjoy them while we can. But I think on day one, I think when this Test match comes to an end, logistically there needs to be answers, because it wasn't good enough on day one. They didn't have enough stewards on it. They didn't prioritise people who didn't have bags, and we're seeing the queues and the queues for the amount of Test match ticket costs and the amount of time lost at the end of a day because of the quality cricket that's on show. Getting shortchanged by not being able to get in the ground, not your fault.
No.
It's not good enough in the modern day.
No, Harmy.
So we both have a rant.
Oh yeah, Harmy. Talking about, let's give some praise now. Ben Stokes, magnificent.
Absolutely, Al. He looks $1 million. I was talking to him yesterday morning. I'm going to go back down. I'm going to see him because to congratulate him on his 5 foot. He's bought himself in a club. I mean, 10 Test centuries, 5 fours in international cricket. There's only Sir Garfield Sobers, Sir Ian Botham, and Jacques Callis, who's record is probably the best record of anybody in world cricket ever. That's a big club to be in. That tells you how good Ben's been over the course of his career. And yesterday morning he looked in good order. I asked him how he was. He said he was a little bit tired. He's sick of these wickets when the ball doesn't carry. And then he's gone in and put a fiery spell in, got the ball to carry, and he's got 5 wickets. And he's put England in a position where 350 I thought was a decent in-game score. But then India come out and bowled so poorly. They missed their lengths by miles. Even Bumrah, the great Bumrah, missed his length, and all of a sudden within 2 hours England were in such a driving force in this contest. Then it'll please Ben Stokes, because like I said before, his team now should go 3-1 and win the series.
Harmy, also how important was that innings for Crawley yesterday? Has he cemented his place now, do you reckon, for the Ashes?
Yeah, massive, Gab, because you know yourself, Gab. You're a centre forward. You don't score. You're there to score goals. You don't score goals, and all of a sudden, there's noise. There's always noise, yes. And as much as you say it publicly, you don't hear it. You do inside. Yes. I was that. You do hear it. Can't get away from it. So, but I think the noise from outside is completely different to the noise from inside. Inside, it's positive, and this is what Zach can bring. Gets teams off to a good start. Along with Ben Duckett, they're so difficult to bowl to. I mean, put it in football terms, Gab, it's like you playing with a big, tall, physical centre forward and you running off the back of them. As a centre half, you've got different characteristics to go at. You've got to manage them in a different way, and I just don't think India's bowlers at Headingley did it, and then here have done it, and they're letting England off to a great start.
Harmy, Zach was unlucky. That was a fine catch, wasn't it? I was just wondering, did it touch the ground? But clearly no.
No, I don't think it did. I think it went straight in. It was a good catch. There's been some good catches in this game. Ben took a good catch, but it's always when you see catches in slow motion, they get close to the ground. Sometimes it's a little bit of an optical illusion. You think it might be close to the ground, but actually it's nowhere near, because the fingers are underneath, and when it pops up, it looks as though it's hit the ground. So as a batter, especially if you're that close, you see it, and as a catcher, it should be gone on the word now. I know we've got technology, but it should be gone on the word. A catcher knows that he's got his fingers underneath it.
Hammy, what about your beloved Toon? We've been talking about it all morning. Isak, he's not gone on tour. The big fella at the back says that no, he is injured. He's got a slight strain. I'm not having it. I'm really not having it. It looks as if Alexander will head off. Whether it's, hopefully it doesn't go to Saudi. Hopefully if he's going anywhere, it will be to a top club, and it looks like Anfield are willing to come up with the dough and pay. How do you feel about that?
Well, as a supporter, you'd be devastated if he does leave, because of the quality of player that he is. Everybody's got a price, and I think Alexander's price is high. And when you look at it, what Liverpool have spent so far, how can they afford Alexander Isak? Because this number has to be Newcastle. Newcastle have said in the past, Eddie Howe has said in the past, there's a sort of Newcastle tax whenever Newcastle goes to get somebody. This player is now 3 years left on a contract. I've just heard Gabby talk about, I can't remember which player he was talking about, Manchester United, but he said a contract's a contract, and Manchester United give him that contract. Yeah. Well, Newcastle United give Alexander Isak a contract. It's worth another 3 years. So what's the value? And I think from a Newcastle point of view, you have to play a hard ball, and that number has to be north of 150 million, 140, 150 million. Liverpool have already spent 250. Can they spend that? Can they
we're reading turnover wise, it's like 700 million per year and going up, increasing.
Yeah. So if the money's there and the noise is happening, it looks as though it's. But for me, for Newcastle fans, if he's going, he needs to go now.
Yes.
Newcastle need to get the money in. Newcastle need to get the reinforcements sorted, because when Newcastle turn up to Villa Park and beat them on the first day of the season, we need to be in a position to either have Ollie Watkins on our team or have somebody else in that comes with it.
I'm hoping it all gets sorted the week after the first game of the season.
Look, Gabby, he's been a great servant for 3 years. He scored goals that's propelled Newcastle into the Champions League. If he has the ambition and drive, then you can't knock that. We all had ambition and drive. Whatever sport we played. Al, you had it in the time you played. Gabby, you're obviously in the football. I wanted to be the best cricketer that was ever played, and I would move heaven and earth to do that. And Alexander's character and his professionalism so far has got him to a point where he could be a world, a British transfer record.
You don't even to ruin it though, will you?
Harmy, I thought Gabby had ambition, but now he's going on. Now he's going on drive.
Is that why he ended up the second leading goal scorer for Aston Villa?
Now he's going on drive. Instead of here, he's going downhill.
Yeah. Well, Al, you do that to everybody though. Unfortunately, there's only a lifespan of 4 or 5 years that can drink at that certain time in the morning. So, yeah, you've gone with a teetotaler and you've gone with half pint.
Harmy, it's
go on.
Some Newcastle fans though, they'll look at, and Villa fans as well, these PSR rules, Newcastle, the money they have available. I mean, when they first got the ownership of Newcastle, the Saudis, I thought they're going to go for Mbappe, they're going to go for Neymar, they're going to buy everyone they want, they're going to be fighting for the Premier League in 4 or 5 years. How frustrating is it for Newcastle fans that maybe that's not going to happen?
It is very frustrating for Newcastle fans, probably Villa fans and one or two others, Gab. This is why it gives me a huge amount of confidence that Eddie Howe is in charge of running the business in such a sense that he's bringing players in that he can develop. And you look at the Newcastle players that have come, he's made them better. You look at some of the players that were left there, he's made them better. If he gets 140, 150 million for Alexander Isak and that goes into the coffers, he will bring players in that he will make Newcastle better. The frustrating thing for me is, if Isak doesn't go to Liverpool, where does he go? The ambition, I think, if PSR rules, it's not relaxed or dropped. I think there are elements that need to be in place. But if you look at Aston Villa in the last 2 years, if you look at Newcastle over the course of the last 3 years, but you look at like Manchester United and Tottenham, who haven't spent wisely, who haven't invested wisely, who haven't got a structure like what Newcastle and Aston Villa and teams like that have put in to try and get into the top 6, then you've got to question whether these PSR rules are relevant or not, because it just seems as though, yes, they're trying to protect this big 6, but they're not managing their house very well, and the ones that are managing their house very well are being stifled for the ambition that they've got.
Exactly.
So, and then the best players are going. So this is something you probably needs to be looked at, because Newcastle do want to try and win the Premier League in the next 3 to 5 years. I believe if Newcastle sign 2-3 players and keep Alexander Isak, Newcastle will be in a force to win the Premier League in the next 3 to 5 years. So would an Aston Villa. But at the end of the day, if they keep having 2 steps forward and then have to come 1 step back, then I'm not sure why these PSR rules are relevant, especially in the modern day top 10, top 12 clubs in this country, because they've all got money to spend, but unfortunately they can't spend it.
Harmy, we'll let you go down there, congratulate Ben Stokes and have a great day there in the commentary box. Cheers, Harmy.
Cheers, boys. Cheers, boys. Good to speak to you.
Right, reminder, if you're overseas this summer, you can hear live ball-by-ball commentary of England's Test series against India on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel. To make sure you head over there and subscribe. Coming up, Gabby gives us some predictions ahead of a huge weekend of sport. That's coming next. tell you what, I'm looking forward to moving to the new studio now, Gab.
We're fed up down
These
here.
chairs and this. I'm getting a bit claustrophobic in here.
It's a bit special up there, mate. I had a peek earlier on in the week. Lovely up there.
Good. Right, some of the headlines you're waking up to this morning. 5th seed Ferret. Johnny Clayton set up a World Match Play semi-final against the former champion James Wade. A 16-7 win over Stephen Bunting. Stephen was on with us, was it yesterday? Saying that, he gets on really well with Johnny. And it'll be a close game, but 16-7 Clayton. Very, very good.
Yes.
We'll find out the other semi-finalists on talkSPORT 2 tonight. It's Goulding versus Littler. It'll be interesting, contrasting styles. Littler gets on with bum, 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 bum. Goulding takes his time. And Rock versus Price. That's an interesting one. Alan Shearer believes that if Alexander Isak wants to leave, then someone is prepared 150 million. And Liverpool probably the favourites, but Shearer saying Newcastle should sell him for 150 if they get that. And Australia might be 1-0 down in the series against the Lions, but their all-time leading try scorer, David Campese, is rather confident in them. I've had a bet with him coming out on top tomorrow. Oh, no.
Well, I did mention last week to the supporters in Brisbane, I said, if you don't beat us by 30, you should all go home. You had 4 warm-up games. The Wallabies had 1 warm-up game. It was a bit of a mess. Didn't pick a total different team. That's it. You just won. I mean, it doesn't matter about what happened in the game. You won the game, fair enough. But for me, there were signs against the Brumbies at the ruck area that the Brumbies countered ruck very well. The Lions tried to throw the ball around a bit, and it sort of fell apart. I think that Australians, you never underestimate the Wallabies, but I think it's going to be a very, very close game, but I think we might just get up by 1 or 2 points.
I disagree. I think the Lions will rise to the occasion, Gab.
The first test, they took their foot off the gas, didn't they?
Yeah.
Late on. That's why it was a closer score.
But I think the Wallabies were undercooked. They played Fiji and that was it, and had a week off. I don't get that.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, Campo knows what he's talking about, so maybe he's right and I'm totally
Does it help,
wrong.
though, when the manager is leaving after the tournament?
What, the
in October?
Wallabies? Yeah,
he's leaving, isn't he? That can't help either.
We'll hear more from David tomorrow morning when the Lions coverage gets underway right here on talkSPORT from 10. It's presented by Shaban alongside 2013 Lions winger Alex Cuthbert, while former Lions second row Ben Kay and Andrew McKenna are on commentary duty. Very good as well, by the way. Gabby, let's finish with some predictions for the weekends. Start with the Lions, live on talkSPORT tomorrow. I think the Lions win. What about you?
I think another comfortable win now. I don't think much will change.
Comfortable, really?
Comfortable, I do, yeah. They took the foot off the gas late on in the first test. Nothing but a comfortable Lions win for me.
The Lionesses live on talkSPORT on Friday, 5 o'clock. I'm not going to lie here and sit here and lie. I've hardly watched any of it, to be honest. I wish them well, but I just think Spain might just have a little bit more composure on the ball and keep the ball.
Spain are the better side, but
I can see it going extra time, maybe.
100%, yeah. I mean, the last 2 games have gone extra time. I think
4 hours of penalties.
Yeah, I think it'll be a tight game, but I'll back the Lionesses to get it done. The subs that they've got available, Chloe Kelly, Agimang as well to come on if they don't start, could change the game, maybe in extra time. So I'm going to go with England to win in extra time. 4 penalties, yes.
Okay, well, you've had a little bet with Steve, haven't you?
I have indeed. Yeah,
right, Gab, will Isak to Liverpool be completed before the start of the season? Do you think he's definitely Anfield bound?
I think it will. I think, like Harmy said there, worried about, have Liverpool got the funds? Liverpool have got the funds and they can create the funds. Harvey Elliott, 40 million. Nunez, 50 million. And
Would you pay 40 for Harvey? He was brilliant with
I think 100%. That's got to be a minimum if you're Liverpool. Nunez 50.
I think Harvey's doing the right thing moving because I think he's overawed by some of the players around him at Liverpool.
Al, you know what it's like as a footballer. When I play, I don't want to be a impact player. I want to start. I want to be guaranteed to start after training hard all week. Am I playing on the weekend? No. Am I coming on for 5-10 minutes? That's not what Harvey Elliott should be doing at his age. So I think Nunez, Elliott, and also Nunez, Elliott, and also Diaz, 60-70 million to Bayern Munich will create the funds for Isak. That's what I can see happening.
So Gab, I'm not pulling your leg here, but will Villa finish? Will they finish top 10 next season?
You can't say that a smirk, can you?
Well, I must admit, I didn't write this.
Aren't you coming to Birmingham in October? Careful. What you say, my friend?
No.
You got big fans in the city.
I like the Villa. I'm only reading what's down here.
Well, I can't see it down there.
What's that say?
Okay, fair enough. I think, Al, it's going to be a difficult season for Aston Villa. I think the Thursday night games in Europa League.
They'll guarantee finish top 2.
I think they'll finish top 7. I don't think they'll finish in the top 4 or 5.
Because United and Spurs will improve.
Of course,
definitely.
but I just look at the Europa League and I feel like when you get to the latter stages of the Europa League, if we get there, I think we'll start looking at that, maybe resting players like Manchester United and Spurs did for the league.
Yeah.
So top 7 for Villa, and never know, Alan, why can't we go and win Europa League? We've got a manager who knows how to win it, Unai Emery, so positive season ahead.
Yeah.
What about Ipswich, mate?
I think it's going to be tough for us. I'm delighted for Ashley.
Yes.
But I think it's going to be tough for us. I think we're losing a captain. He's going to...
Is it Kuwait?
Somewhere over there.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
So I think...
Hutchinson will
go. He's a good player.
Brentford will own for him, aren't they?
I like him. I just think it's going to be tough.
Yes.
I hope we're up there we've got a good coach, good manager, and if we get off to a good start, then fine. But this is a tough...
Oh, it's very tough
gig.
Birmingham and Wrexham will be up there fighting. They're not easy games. So the competition to get out the Championship now will get harder every year, I think.
Yeah. Now, I'm back on Monday morning from 6 a.m. alongside Andy Townsend. Brilliant. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, talkSPORT Breakfast is back at the races.
Lovely.
Don't miss talkSPORT Breakfast live from glorious Goodwood next Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning. Dean Saunders, myself, will be joined over the 2 days by the likes of Neil Warnock, Joe Marler, new West Brom boss Ryan Mason, and Michael Owen as well. Michael must have a few nice runners down there. And, of course, a case of Whispering Angel. And, of course, for all the racing action in the afternoon, keep it on talkSPORT. Oh, yes, a bit chiller, a little bit colder, please. Danny Kelly and Simon Jordan come your way next. Gabby, go home and have a nice, quiet weekend. Plan your next holiday for September.
Thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed it this week. Listen, have a great weekend. I'm back Monday. And I look forward to Monday morning. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And then I've got a little break coming up as well.
Deserved.
Have a great weekend. Thank you.